The Bucs come off a heartbreaking 7-6 loss to the Pilots on Monday and hold just a 2-game lead for second place in the ABL. So as the standings grow closer, the games intensify. The next challenge for Anchorage is a battle with the Chinooks, a chance to get back in the win column and a chance to wipe away the early week defeat. It's almost time for baseball here at Mulcahy Stadium, and welcome inside to the broadcast booth, everyone. Milo Hoffman alongside Alex Burstein. Now the Bucs had an off day yesterday, but before that, it was a devastating 7-6 loss. That was one of the crazier games we've seen this entire year.
Yeah, I mean, it was back and forth as big as possible. The Bucs couldn't record a hit for the first 5 innings and then came all the way back to take the lead, but the top of the ninth proved to be too much for them. Gave up a couple of late runs to lose that one, and I think that was a big loss for the Bucs because they hadn't played in a lot of late close games like that one, and those are the games that come championship weekend you need to be able to win. So it's something to learn from if you're Anchorage, and the next time you get into that situation, you have to close the door in the ninth.
Oh yeah, it's good that they have experience. Like you just said, you're going to play those close games when you get down the stretch, especially this season in the ABL. The standings are so close together, and we've been talking about that last game. Those highlights took a little bit to cut up. It was such a crazy game. So how about you take a listen and enjoy how the last games for the Bucs went down.
Anchorage Bucs baseball is on the air. A stretch of 9 games in 8 days comes to a close with a crosstown clash between the Anchorage Bucs and the Anchorage Glacier Pilots. The Bucs trying to make it 3 wins in a row, but the Pilots trying to break out of a season-high 3-game skid. One of those things will end, one will continue, keeping Jet Ruby close to the bag. 0-1 pitch, Becker hits it in the air towards left field, slicing towards the track, diving catch by Kai McGarry, and he drops it. Goes all the way to the warning track. In the second base is Becker, around third and scoring Jet Ruby, and just like that, it's a 1-0 lead for the Pilots. Here's the 2-1, lined up the middle and drops in front of the center fielder, Narrett. Becker coming home, and he's in safely, and just like that, it's a 2-0 lead for the Pilots in the top of inning number 1. Bases loaded and just 1 away. First pitch to the lefty, fastball bounced right side. Gamel comes over, makes the grab, and throws to first. 1 run comes in to score. Dylan Marks advances home on the play, and it's 3-0. Pilots in the top of the third.
High 90s and can actually locate the strike zone. That's when they pique my interest a little bit too.
1-1 from Muncie, grounded up the middle past a diving Gamel. 1 runs in to score, trailing behind Rodriguez. Dylan Marks comes in too, and that's a 2 RBI single from Andrew Becker. It's 5-0 Pilots here in the top of inning number 4. 2-2 pitch, fastball drilled towards left center field. Narrett chases back, makes the grab but slips. Klotz tags from third and scores. And it's a 6-0 lead.
Here's the offering, swung on, hit up the middle, through into center field. Andrew Becker fields it, Toga around third, he's gunning, digging, the throw is not in time. It's an RBI single for Joey Narrett, and the Bucs are on the board. 6-1 here in the bottom of the 7th. He's tall righty off to face Austin Gamel. First pitch is chopped on the ground, right side through into right field. Grounding third base is Reese Sherman. The throw from Christensen is not in time. And it's an RBI single from Austin Gamel. Back-to-back RBI singles, and the Bucs are down 6-2 now in the bottom of the 7th. Runner goes off first. It's Gamel. That one's ripped into deep left center field. Rodriguez looks up, and that ball's out of here. A 3-run shot for Kai McGarry. He's pumped up, rounding second base, and just like that, it's 6-5 Pilots on top in the bottom of the 7th. Mind you, Joey hit a grand slam last night. First pitch to the center fielder is ripped into right center field, down for a base hit, just over Ruby's glove. 1 run comes around to score, it's Narrett. Right behind him is tugging, it's a score for Logan Newell. The Bucs have the lead, 7-6 to score. Joey Narrett rips a 2 RBI single to center field. Wow, the comeback's complete. Here's the 2-2 pitch, swung on, hit well out to left field. Back goes McGarry, he's towards the ball, and he can't make the play. It's low off the wall. 1 run comes around to score, it's Becker. Right behind him is Burkle, going for third is Klotz. He's in safe, and the Pilots have the lead. The game that keeps on giving here at Mulcahy Stadium. 8-7 the score in the top of the ninth. My goodness.
Match it up.
Last out for the Bucs, Sean Toker. Pitch to him is ripped to center field. Second baseman Ruby fields it on a hop, and he throws to second for the force. The ball game is over. One of the craziest, most unordinary games of the ABL season comes to a close, and the Pilots win it by a final score of 8-7. Gut-wrenching for the Bucs. Well, there you have it. Just a heartbreaking loss for the Bucs. 7-6, the final score against their throughout this entire season. Right now in third place, just 2 games behind the Bucs. And man, Alex, that was a game that is one to remember, but unfortunately one that the Bucs want to quickly forget.
Yeah, because you thought that you were going to have a storybook ending and complete a 6-run comeback win. Instead, you end up on the losing side. And of course, obviously that hurts, but it hurts a lot more because it made the standings a little bit closer than the Bucs wanted. They could have extended it out to a 3.5 lead. Instead, it was down to a 1.5 games, now staying at 2. But things are very close right now, and it's games like those that you cannot afford to lose.
Well, the Bucs want to turn the page quickly, and the way they did that today was hit pitchers batting practice. When we got to the park, a lot of pitchers were swinging it, hitting balls out to deep left, center, and right field. You know, they love to do that. All the pitchers used to hit back in their day of Little League and high school, so it's fun to get back in the box. And one of the pitchers who did that to a very successful rate was Eli Lipinski, relief pitcher for the Bucs. So before the game today, Alex Burstein had a chance to catch up with the pitcher. Let's take a listen.
Alex Burstein of Eli Lipinski have today's matchup against the Chinooks. Eli, your second summer out here with the Bucs. What made you want to come back for your number 2?
I mean, it's just a great environment. Just meeting all these new guys is awesome, and coaches are great, and GM's great, and it's a good time out here.
You're out here with a couple of your college teammates. What's it like being able to play with those guys over the summer as well?
Oh, it's awesome because you just get to know them better, and you can take them out and do stuff, and I like taking guys out fishing and all that kind of stuff.
How do you feel like your game has developed from last summer to here?
I mean, I'm definitely throwing a lot harder than I was last summer, and I just kind of have a couple more pitches, so I'm just refining everything and trying to get in the game.
For you, mainly a relief pitcher this past spring and this summer, is that kind of where you feel your skills best set?
I mean, yeah, I started some games last summer, but I definitely slot into the receiver. I can get hot quick and get in and get out of jams.
What pitch has worked really well for you this summer?
Cutter is the main pitch I throw, and it's worked well for me for the past couple of years.
Is there one thing you're really working on over the rest of the summer?
I was just dealing with a little shoulder injury, so I'm just trying to stay healthy and get ready for next school year.
Pitcher's BP today. How's it feel to swing a bat as well?
Good. I put one out, so I'm happy about that.
Awesome. Eli Lipinski have today's game. Thanks for your time, Eli.
Thank you.
Thank you so much to Eli Lipinski for taking the time to talk with Alex before this game against the Chinooks, a relief pitcher for the Bucs to hometown in Alaska. So it's his second go-around with this Anchorage side. Excited to see him back out there. Maybe see him get involved today out of the bullpen. Eli Lipinski over inching closer to first pitch here at Mulcahy Stadium. The Bucs are set to take on the Chugiak-Eagle River Chinooks. And right now, the Bucs hold a 2-game lead in second place for the ABL season. So they're trying to extend that more and more. There's another game in action in the ABL this night. It's the Miners against the Pilots, so that's going on over at Herman Brothers Field. Of course, that's an opportunity for the Miners to continue extending their lead over in first place on this season. So a lot of action going on. Excited to be a part of the ABL. Well, someone who wants the Bucs to win tonight more than most people is head coach Joe Silva. So I had the chance to talk to him before this afternoon's game. Let's take a listen to what Skip had to say. Milo Hoffman here with head coach Joe Silva ahead of the Bucs and the Chinooks. Now, you had an off day yesterday. Did you get to anything fun? I heard the coaches might have gone on a fishing trip.
Yeah, we did. We were able to go on the Kenai River and fish a little bit. So it was, a very unique opportunity for myself. I'd never really been fishing before. So, it was a tremendous experience.
Was it successful? Did you catch anything? We went a couple weeks ago, and Alex actually caught a salmon. So,
really?
Yeah.
Yes, no, I was able to catch a salmon.
Okay.
It's help from Shane, his cabin over there. And he does a tremendous job, his entire family, with our guys, whether it's fishing, host family, you name it. So I was able to catch one.
Now, you flash back to 2 days ago. The team lost a tough one late in the game there. How can today the Bucs how can they bounce back?
Yeah, attack early offensively. That will be a key, right? We were able to see some good offensive production, but it really wasn't until the 7th inning. So if we can get that going a little bit earlier, right? Pitching wasn't the best for us the other day, but they've been pretty consistent for us all year long, so not going to worry about it too much. So guys just got to step up when the number's called. So, but if we attack early offensively, I like the position we'll be in.
It was a tough loss, but the team did show some heart to fight back into that. So what'd you like about that aspect of the game?
Yeah, it was great to see, and that we didn't wait until the 9th inning for it, right? Obviously, the up and down, right, where, you gain a lead and you're going into it with a 1 run in the 9th. You like your chances. Unfortunately, it wasn't, wasn't in the overarching plan. So it didn't work out, but, it's another day, and hopefully the guys are, rested, recovered, coming off the off day.
Now, the season's starting to wind down now, just under 2 weeks left. The playoff race is getting close between you guys, the Pilots, for that second-place Miners at the top. Are you thinking about that right now, or is that in the back of your mind?
I think as a coach, you have to have a pulse on it and an idea, right? But that's just for the coaches. That's not for the players, right? When we show up to the ballpark and when we're working with them, it has to be a one day at a time, coach speak, but, that's the mentality.
Yeah. All right, perfect. Thank you, Coach. Absolutely. Thank you so much to head coach Joe Silva for taking the time to talk to me before today's game between the Bucs and the Chinooks. It's set to be a good one, and oh boy, it's a good start because there are 2 really good southpaw starting pitchers on the hill. For the Bucs, it's RJ Rouet making his 5th start of the season, which leads the Bucs side. He's 2-2, 16 innings pitched with a 3.38 ERA, a team leading 20 strikeouts. Just his 2nd time against the Chinooks so far this season, too. Pitched 2 innings, 1 earned run back on June 13th, but a whopping 6 strikeouts in just those 2 frames. Alex, what have you seen out of RJ Rouet so far this season? How can he continue that into today's game against the Chinooks?
Yeah, the big struggling for him in a couple of starts has been that 2nd inning. He usually is great out of the gates, and then we see him struggle through that middle part of the lineup. If he can look really good through the first 2, then we've seen he can do really good in the 4th, 5th innings if you go through the lineup a couple times. So for Rouet, it's all about making sure that breaking ball is locked down today and just competing through the first couple of innings, because once you get through the lineup once, it's smooth sailing from there.
Well, his last start, he went 5 innings, which is his most so far this season. He was being built up as the beginning parts of the campaign start to get going, but now he's pitched 5 innings as a starting pitcher. He's also seen 1 appearance out of the bullpen, has RJ Rouet. On the other side for the Chinooks, it's another really good starting pitcher, one of the best in the entire league. Christian Foltz will get the ball today for Chugiak. He pitches to a 2-1 record. It'll be his 4th game start, 15 strikeouts in 12 innings pitched, and a whopping 1.50 ERA. So one of the best marks in the entirety of the ABL. We'll get more to Christian Foltz on the other side of the national anthem. So let's head it over to our PA announcer here at Mulcahy Stadium. Inching closer and closer to first pitch here at Mulcahy Stadium. Back to Christian Foltz, the starting pitcher for the Chugiak-Chinooks. He's pitched twice, both against the Bucs. 6 innings pitched both times, and only 2 earned runs. He's been so impressive.
Yeah, the Bucs haven't seen a lot of lefty starters this year, but Foltz has chief among them been best. He just figures out ways to get into the strike zone, and when the bats do make contact, it does not go a long way. He is very crafty. He knows how to work out of situations. Was an ace for Messiah University, one of the D3 finalists this past spring, and he's brought it to the Alaska Baseball League just as well. This is a very dangerous pitching matchup for the Bucs today. You have to try to pounce on him early.
The Bucs offense has been pretty good as of late. The pitching has let them down just a bit in these last couple of games, so we'll see if the offense can keep it up. Well, speaking of offense, the exact opposite. The defense is now taking the field for the Bucs. We'll go through how they align out there in the first inning from left to right. In the outfield, it's Kai McGarry, Joey Narrett, and Logan Yule over and right. In the infield, Jaden Toki gets the start at third base. Landon Underhill is playing shortstop. James Provencio is over at second base. And Nate Muncie, the birthday boy, gets the start over at first. On the hill for the Bucs is RJ Roy, and Reese Sherman is doing the catching for the Baylor product. Now, it's a defensive side that has been struggling as of late for... Oh, sorry, not Reese Sherman. Make that Luke Taylor. He's the starting catcher for the Bucs today. Not Reese Sherman. Reese Sherman gets the day off. But it's a defensive side that's been good as of late, and they've been improving because that was the main issue coming into these last 2 weeks, the defense. But now it's been a bit better.
Yeah, the airs are slightly settling down. They've had a couple of no-air games, a couple with 1 or 2. It's mainly been the infield that's had a couple of problems. But if you can keep that number at 0 or 1, that's going to help you in a lot of games. When you look at these losses for the Bucs the last couple of weeks, it's been when they've had airs that give up runs. That hurts them a lot. So if you don't do that today, that's going to help out your cause a ton.
Yeah, just like clutch hitting, you don't want to have big-time errors in big-time spots. We're inches away here from first pitch at Mulcahy Stadium. Now it's starting off in the top of the first with the Chinooks coming to bat. Let's see how they line up today. Isaiah Perito will lead off batting first. Aiden Tauscher is in center field batting second. Tate Green, the DH, bats third. Brady Groves over and left. He does the cleanup hitting. Patrick McGlaughlin playing third base today. In the 5, full right behind him, Jake Mitchell bats sixth. The shortstop, Keaton Laley, the second baseman's batting seventh. And 8 and 9, Casey Anchors, the catcher. And Orion Medeiros, the right fielder, is batting ninth. Isaiah Perito, the first baseman, left-on-left matchup here to start off at Mulcahy Stadium. He waves his half-black, half-beige bat in the box. Rue kicks and deals, pitch outside, and it's 0-1 on Perito. Called a strike from home plate umpire Casey Mosier. Here's the 0-1. A called strike, so getting used to Casey Mosier's new strike call. He comes over from the MLB, big-time college baseball umpire. So 0-2 quickly. Here's the offering way outside, 1-2. Defense played straight up for the Bucs here in the top of the first, wearing their white pinstripes. Rue sits high at the eyes. Peers in for the side from Luke Taylor. Now he kicks and deals. Topped at the dish, fouled. So still 1-2 now on Isaiah Perito. Comes in, hitting .246 with 5 RBIs on the season. He's bounced around in the order. A little bit of a different order today for the Chinooks. Used to seeing Aiden Tauscher bat leadoff. Now he's in the 2-hole. Rue ready for the 1-2. Taken just outside, barely. Luke Taylor thought it was called strike 3. Well, 2-2 now on Perito. Overcast skies at Mulcahy Stadium. Wind blowing severely out to right. Bitch fought off foul down the left field line. So still 2-2 now on Perito. Gusting all over the place. You might be able to hear it back at home. Jerseys of the Bucs players and RJ Rue as he stands tall on the mound, gusting in the wind. 2-2. Taken just outside, barely. Nice take from Perito, and it's 3-2. He takes a step off the mound. Now he toes the slab. Glove high at the eyes. Peers in for the sign. Now he's ready. Here's the payoff pitch. Off speed. Got him looking. A backwards K for RJ Rue, and there's one gone here in the top of the first.
Yeah, Rue did a really good job attacking the outside part of the zone with the fastball, and then he goes to the similar place but with a breaking pitch on the full count. Really nice mix there from Rue.
Now Aiden Tauscher, the normal leadoff guy for the Chinooks, digs in. Pitch to him, in there for a strike. 0-1. Casey Mosier, the home plate umpire, doesn't do a pointer finger for the strike call. He instead makes a full fist, and he kind of points forward towards Luke Taylor. Offering his tap back to the pitcher's mound. Rouet gobbles it up, goes a couple feet, and throws in time to first base. So 2 quick outs here in the top of the first for RJ Rouet. Nice start for the pitcher of the Bucs, who's looking to go deep again. Pitched 5 innings in his last start. Before that, didn't go too long. Went 2 innings, 3 innings, so trying to work out his length. He deals a swing and a miss to Tate Green. 0-1. Green comes in, the leader on the Chinook side in terms of batting average, .338 mark. Here's the 0-1. Bounced up there. 1-1. Chinooks today wearing their reddish tops, kind of like almost a hint of pink, but very red with their blue numbers and lettering. Gray pants. 1-1 offering, swung on, hit well out to right field. Logan Yule comes on, and he makes the grab. So a nice 1-2-3 inning to start off the evening for RJ Rouet and the Bucs. And we head to the bottom of the first. The Bucs are coming back. Don't go anywhere. It's Bucs Baseball. We'll be right back. Back here at Mulcahy Stadium, glad you're joining us. Milo Hoffman, Alex Burstein on a Wednesday evening here in Anchorage, Alaska. Now it's the Bucs' turn to get the bats going here in the bottom of the first. They'll have to go against a really tough pitcher in Christian Foltz. He's making his 4th start of the season, his 3rd start against the Bucs, and in 12 innings against Anchorage, he's pitched just 3 earned runs, 10 strikeouts, so really good stuff for Christian Foltz against this Anchorage side. He kicks and turns, first pitch to Provencio. Breaking ball just inside, 1-0. James comes in a bit of a cold stretch, 3 for his last 14. Trying to get it going in the leadoff spot, first time in a couple days. 1-0. Called a strike on the outside corner, 1-1. 1-1 the count on James Provencio. Takes a step outside the box. Now he digs back in. 1-1. Swung on, fouled off. 1-2. Really windy here at Mulcahy Stadium. Christian Foltz jersey is dangling with the gusts. Small frame on the mound, just stands at 5'9", a southpaw. Here's the 1-2. Taken outside. 2-2 now on Provencio. James with a .313 average leads the team, but it's been declining for the last week or so. Trying to get back to his contact. 2-2 pitch, taken outside, 3-2. So full count now on James Provencio, the leadoff man. He's been hitting in the 2-hole last couple of games, so moved up a spot. Here's the payoff. Swung on, tapped slowly down the third baseline. McGlon comes on, and he sees it goes foul. So, about 4 feet in front of the third base bag. McGlon was calm the whole way. He's hearing it from the Bucs dugout as he goes back to his respective positions. So still full now on James Provencio, who is dashing down the line. He has to walk back into the box. Still about 10 feet away, adjusting his white batting glove. Outfield played a little bit towards the right center field gap. Aiden Tauscher a smidge off to his left. Brady Groves out there on left, a smidge to his left as well. Payoff pitch coming from Christian Foltz. Here it is. Swing and a miss. A strikeout for Foltz here in the bottom of the first, and there's one guy.
Well, that was a really good battle. One of the best contact guys in the league versus one of the best pitchers. And it went to full count just as you'd expected, but a good job by Foltz to vary up his pitches and gets Provencio fooled there on that final pitch.
Now here's Kai McGarry, number 2 hitter for the Bucs. He's normally the leadoff guy, so switch places. Pitch to him, shows bunt, and it's called a strike on the outside corner. 0-1 now on Kai. Always rocking that half yellow, half black bat. The top half, the barrel, is black. And boy, that barrel did some good stuff for him last game. Hit a 3-run shot. 0-1 pitch. Called to strike, a breaking ball that just swirled into the zone. 0-2. Digs back into the box, hitting .284 on the season. Ready for the 0-2. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball outside, and it goes all the way towards the Chinooks dugout. Nice block attempt from Casey Anchors. So 1-2 now on McGarry, who tries to get on. He's been hitting, slugging well. 2 of his last 3 hits, Kai McGarry, for extra bases. See if he can do it here. 1-2. Swung on, lifted high in the infield, left side. Jake Mitchell, the shortstop, and McGlon, the third baseman, right next to each other. Now Mitchell, the shortstop, gets the grab. So 2 quick outs here in the bottom of the first for the Bucs. A high pop-up in the infield. McGarry just under that one. And Christian Foltz is very interesting with his windup, almost like a 3/4 delivery from that lefty side. So it's tough on hitters. You make that, maybe believe that it's easier for righties, but it's tough because you're not used to seeing the ball from that arm length. Pitch to Underhill's way outside, 1-0.
It doesn't help that the Bucs have so many lefties in their lineup.
Yeah, there's so many lefties. Here's Landon Underhill, lefty. Ready for the 1-0. Here's the pitch. Outside on the breaking ball, 2-0. Landon is coming off his first 0-for in about 5 games. Went 0-for-4 against the Pilots on Monday. 2-0 pitch. Down low. 3-0 now on Underhill. Check swings a couple times with his black bat. Now digs back into the lefty box. Lefty-lefty matchup here. 3-0 pitch. Outside, a 4-pitch walk to Landon Underhill. He gets rid of his armor and walks it 3 feet towards the dugout. And he'll walk on over to first base. So a 2-out runner aboard here for the Bucs in the bottom of the first. Something the Bucs have done the least amongst all of the ABL. Walks. Landon Underhill's now aboard with 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. Pitch to Joey Neritz outside on the fastball, 1-0. Underhill could be a steal threat. Stolen a couple times in the ABL season, more as of late as well. Bucs have tried to get back to that running game. They did it so well. 1-0 pitch, taken outside. 2-0 now on Neritz. It was a fastball from Christian Foltz. He's gone to that pitch about 50-50. Working off of it with the breaking ball. Peers in for the sign from Casey Anchors. Checks on Landon Underhill over at first. First base runner of the day for either side. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Called a strike on the outside corner. Fastball that scraped across the dish. And Foltz comes home, especially against the lefty. It really acts as almost a breaking ball because it goes from one severe side to the other. Ready for the 2-1. Landon Underhill takes off. Pitch taken inside. Underhill easily takes second. Now he digs for third base. The ball all the way to the backstop, and he's in standing. Underhill went from second to third with absolutely no hesitation. Joe Silva was all over that, the third base coach for the Bucs. So now a runner on third for Anchorage with 2 outs here in the bottom of the first.
I believe that's a stolen base and then a wild pitch, but very smart base running there from Underhill, and great opportunity here for the Bucs.
3 balls, 1 strike on Narrett, who's been hot as of late. 4 of last 10. Pitch, breaking ball, called a strike. Narrett tossed his bat towards the dugout. Now have to go collect it about 6 feet away from the box. That happens a whole lot. He has a big smile walking back towards the home plate. So Joey Narrett now in a full count. Digs back in, touches the bat on home plate. Christian Foltz trying to work out of this mini jam here. Landon Underhill takes his lead off third base. Payoff pitch. Here it comes. Swung on, foul back. We'll do it again. A fastball high and tight. Joey Narrett just got a piece of it. Like I said, 4 of his last 10. 7 RBIs in his last 2 games. Another RBI chance here for Joey Narrett. Wiggles his bat. Here's the payoff delivery. Outside, ball 4. So this time Joey Narrett tosses his bat over to the dugout. Smiles on his face, gets rid of his armor. He'll move up 90 feet. Landon Underhill stays put over at third base. So now runners on the corners for the Bucs in the bottom of the first. Bucs with traffic early. Looking for that big hit to get on the board early. Something they've done well as of late. Their .370 on base percentage, second best in the ABL this season, only behind the minors, who are top most statistical categories. Here's Luke Taylor. Pitch, swung on, foul back, high and tight on the hands. He'll take a walk around the dish. Bright yellow batting gloves, bright yellow cleats for Luke Taylor as he readjusts his helmet. Really windy. I've said it a couple times now, but this is probably the most windy we've seen Mulcahy Stadium this year. Light crowd on hand. Almost no one in the left and right field bleachers. Both runners take their leads. Pitch, swung on, fouled at the dish. 0-2 now on Taylor. Landon Underhill almost broke for home. Didn't know if it was fouled off immediately. Casey Mosier, the umpire, is saying, hold on to the Bucs dugout. People were talking on. Joe Silva creeping down the third baseline. He's also saying some words. Both hands up in the air now. Retreat back to his third base coach position. Runners on the corners for the Bucs. Counts 0-2 on Taylor. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball hit hard down the left field line. Fair. It goes into left field. 1 run comes in to score. It's Landon Underhill. So it's a ribby single for Luke Taylor, who's in on the hands. Kind of just wiggled it down into left field. So 1-0 here in the bottom of the first.
Yeah, third baseman McGlon forced to play close to the bag with a runner on, and nice job by Taylor to just pull it into that gap between the shortstop and third baseman. Not the hard contact we're used to, but he'll take the RBI.
He wiggles off first base now. It's Joey Narrett takes his lead off second. Hitter's Logan Ewell. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball swirls in for a strike at the knees, so it's 0-1 now on Ewell. Ewell hitting .273 on the season. Lefty on lefty matchup. You'll hear that a whole bunch this evening. As Foltz is the pitcher. Bucs have so many lefties. 0-1. Breaking ball misses way outside. 1-1 now. Joey Narrett takes his lead off second base. Luke Taylor off of first base. Isaiah Parito, the first baseman, not holding Taylor on, playing about 3 feet behind the runner. 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball down in the dirt. Nice block from Anchorage, so 2-1 now. Quiet day here at Mulcahy Stadium, but a big day for the Bucs, trying to pick up a win. Get that loss early in the week off their mind. Narrett bounces off second. Here's the 2-1 pitch, fouled at home plate. 2-2 now in Ewell. Readjusts his blue batting gloves. Christian Foltz a couple feet off the mound. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here, bottom 1. Foltz is ready. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Outside on the heat. 3-2 now on Logan Ewell. Foltz wears the blue number 14 on his back. All the numbers for the Chinooks. A deep shaded blue. They have a lot of colors going for their jerseys. They also have a whole different set of jerseys. Payoff pitch. Swung on, chopped up the middle. Shortstop Mitchell's there, and he throws the first off balance, but bringing down the throw is Parito. So the sides retired here in the bottom of the first inning. The Bucs do get a run off of a Luke Taylor RBI single into left field. 1-0 the score. We'll be right back. It's Bucs baseball. Don't go anywhere. Back here at Mulcahy Stadium, glad you're joining us. Milo Hoffman here with Alex Burstein. As we head to the second inning, Bucs on top 1-0. Luke Taylor hit an RBI single to left field to put the Bucs on the board. RJ Ruiz still the pitcher for the Bucs on the hill. He worked a clean 1-2-3 top of the first. Now it's Brady Groves, the left fielder, who digs in. Left on right matchup. Pitch high and wide on the fastball, 1-0. RJ Ruiz asked for a new ball, so that one will be recycled into the Bucs dugout. Hitters Brady Groves comes in, hitting .273 on the season, playing left field today. As an all-dark black rested above his right shoulder. Ready for the 1-0. Pitch. Swing and a miss. 1-1. Ruiz with a high and tight fastball there. He has the fastball, but his most devastating pitch is probably that breaking ball, the 12-6 curve. Left down low on the heat there, 2-1.
It's been a very hit or miss pitch in his outings, but when it's on, it's just so hard to hit.
We've seen it a couple times where it's unhittable, and it's just impressive stuff. Pitcher out of Baylor University. Ready for the 2-1, staying tall. Here it is. Breaking ball, called a strike on the inside corner, 2-2. Casey Mosier with a bit of a delayed call today, so hitters and pitchers are going to have to get used to that. Was at first back on Monday, 2-2. Check swing, he went around. Another strikeout for RJ Ruiz, his second of the day, and there's one gone here in the top of the second.
Yeah, Ruiz just been attacking that left side of the plate. Either it's righty or lefty, doesn't matter. This time it's an inside pitch to Groves, and he does that little check swing, went all the way around, and that's working great.
Now the hitter's Patrick McGlon. Pitch, left outside on the fastball. 1-0 now. McGlon doing really well so far this season. .316 average, best on the team. A big righty in the box. Here's the 1-0. In there for a strike. A nice breaking ball for Ruiz that started at 12 and went down to 6. There's that 12-6 curveball. Gets back on the rubber to his far left on the slab. 1-1. Swung on, lifted high in the air, foul down the right field line. 1-2 now on Patrick McGlon. See McGlon, he has some power. Hit a 2-run shot a couple weeks ago right back here at Mulcahy. 1-2 pitch, almost hit him inside. So 2-2 now on the third baseman. Whole lot of power comes from a big frame in the righty box. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Here's the offering. Swung on, top foul at the dish. So still 2-2 now on McGlon. just underway here at Mulcahy Stadium. 1-0 Bucks via a Luke Taylor RBI single back in the first. Milo Hoffman, Alex Burstein with you. Glad you're joining us. Rouet ready. Here's the 2-2. Left down and away. 3-2 now on Maglan. Chinooks won last night against the Pilots, 7-6 to score. They're 8 games behind first place, but just 3 behind second place, and that's a playoff spot. Payoff. Swung on, hit foul at the dish, so still 3-2 now on Maglan. Maglan just a bit over that one. Off speed from RJ Rouet. He's ready for the payoff pitch. So is Maglan, just underway here at Mulcahy. Here it is. Swung on, tapped foul. Just underneath it once again, so still full on Patrick Maglan. Retrieved by Jake Mitchell, the shortstop, who's on deck. He'll toss that ball towards the Buck dugout. Rouet stands tall on the hill towards his cap. Payoff pitch. Swung on, foul back. And they'll do it again. Nice battle here from Patrick Maglan. Like I said, light crowd on hand here at Mulcahy Stadium. Sort of a chilly, windy day in Anchorage. Here's the payoff pitch. Breaking ball just missed outside. Now that's a walk for Maglan. First walk of the day issued by RJ Rouet, and the first base runner for the Chinooks here in the top of the second.
That's the same pitch that worked to ring up Groves a batter earlier, but good plate patience there from Patrick Maglan. He's been excellent as of recent getting on and does a good job there.
Now the hitter Jake Mitchell comes on, shortstop today. Another tall righty in the box. Maglan takes his lead off first base. Muncy holding him on. Pitch outside. 1-0 now on Jake Mitchell. A .232 batting average so far for the shortstop, who was previously over at first base. He's been moved to short. See how he fares over there at the 6th position. 1-0 pitch, a cut and a miss. 1-1. We saw him move over to shortstop the last time the Bucks played the Chinooks when there was a defensive replacement. He went over to short. We were a bit surprised, but now clearly he's feeling comfortable. He's back in there starting. 1-1 pitch on its way. Swing and a miss, a wave from Jake Mitchell, and it's 1-2. We've seen a couple of those half hacks here from the Chinooks. It means RJ Rouet's stuff is doing what it's supposed to. Goes ahead now, 1-2 on Mitchell. One gone here, runner on first. It's Patrick Maglan. Takes a fair lead. Now he tracks back towards the bag. Long pause for Rouet. Now he's set. Counts 1-2. Here's the pitch. Taken down low in the dirt, so 2-2 now. Jake Mitchell sports his half gray, half black bat, wears his socks real high, almost towards his kneecaps. 2 balls, 2 strikes on the shortstop. Maglan takes his lead. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss. 3rd strikeout of the day for RJ Rouet, and there's 2 gone here in the top of the second. Just a fastball right on by, and you could tell the hitters have been fooled. They're expecting that off speed, and then all of a sudden the heat comes, and they don't have time to react. Now Keaton Laley, the second baseman's up. Left on left matchup. He digs in. Squinted at the knees. Sort of a bent stance, slightly closed. Here's the pitch. Left outside. 1-0 now on Laley. Just hitting .128 this season. Playing second base. Digs back into the box. Bright yellow batting gloves. Maglan takes his lead. Swung on, lifted high in the air, stays in the infield, foul territory. Taylor, the catcher, comes over, and he makes the grab. RJ Rouet fist bumps. We couldn't see it. No vantage point up here for us down in that foul territory, but Taylor made the grab, and that retires the side in the top of the second. No runs, no hits, and 1 man left on base for the Chinooks. We'll be right back. It's Bucks Baseball. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to Mulcahy Stadium. Glad you're joining us. Milo Hoffman and Alex Burstein on hand as we go to the bottom of the second inning. Still 1-0 Bucks on top of the Chinooks. Leading off for the Bucks is Reese Sherman, today's DH. That's a solid 268 on the season. Digs into the righty box. First pitch, outside, and it's 1-0. Foltz on for his second inning of work. He's expected to go pretty long. 2 starts against the Bucks, both 6 innings. 1-0. Swung on, foul back. 1-1 now on Sherman. Nice hack from the DH. When Sherman plays the field, he's the catcher for the Bucks. Today it's Luke Taylor behind the dish. Digs back in, close stance, 1-1. Taking cold strike, a fastball that the catcher Casey Anchors couldn't glove, so it bounces back towards the mound. 1-2 now on Reese Sherman. Sherman not catching today, but he's DHing. Actually, his first back-to-back game played since June 27th and 28th. 1-2 on its way. Swung on, fouled down the right field line out of play. Still 1-2 on Sherman. He hasn't played too many back-to-back games. Of course, catchers given more days off than normal position players. And there's a whole rotation for the Bucs so far. Matsuzaki, Luke Taylor, Reese Sherman. 1-2. Swung on, fouled back behind us. And it's still 1-2 on Sherman. Takes a couple seconds outside the box, readjusts his armor along his left elbow. Also has bright yellow batting gloves. Actually, he's split. One batting glove on his left hand is yellow. The other is blue. 1-2. Outside. 2-2. That's interesting. I haven't seen that yet. It's always bright yellow. Reese Sherman overall a very dark look right now. He has dark cleats, dark helmet. One of his gloves is dark, but the other is bright yellow. It sticks out. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Pitch. Swing and a miss. Off speed right on by Luke. And so there's 1 gone here in the bottom of the second. An off speed there from Christian Foltz, just turned on from Reese Sherman, but couldn't find contact in the other batter's box almost. So now Nate Muncy, the hitter, birthday boy today. He's over at first base, digs in, lefty on left matchup. Pitch to him is taken down low, 1-0. Muncy struggled a bit this year at the plate, but has got very limited play time, so trying to pick up his bat right now. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Fastball missed down and away. 2-0. Muncy, like I said, slotted at first base. He's been real good defensively. Just 1 error in all the games he's played so far, and boy, he's been tested. 2-0 pitch comes in. Swung on, chopped over right side of the infield. Perito drifts over, throws to the pitcher, Foltz, who steps on the bag in time. Nice coverage from Christian Foltz, the pitcher, and there's 2 gone here in the bottom of the second.
Yeah, that ball ended up probably being easier for the second baseman lately, but Perito was committed to it. And a good job by Foltz to read the play and get to the bag in time. It's good communication from the infield.
Well, now an infielder for the Bucs comes up. Jaden Toki, playing third base today, digs into the righty box. 227 average on the season. Foltz kicks and deals inside. And it's 1-0 now on Toki. Toki had to spin out of the way just a bit on that one. Looks his barrel up and down. Counts 1-0 on Toki. Here's the pitch. Swung on, lifted high, foul, and it's out of play. Sky ball. And it counts 1-1. As it crashes down, we can hear the fence get rattled behind us. So 1 ball, 1 strike now on Jaden Toki. Reassures the count as he talks to the home plate umpire, Casey Mosier. 2 outs here. Bottom of the second pitch. Inside, high and tight on the fastball. 2-1. Toki has RBIs in back-to-back games, so picking up his bat. He was struggling the last couple weeks. Now he's done well over the last few days. Pitch is a breaking ball down low. So 3-1 now on the number 9 hitter. Committed to Long Beach State. Played high school ball over in California. 3-1. Called a strike at the knees. Fastball, so 3-2 now on Toki. Defense played straight up for the Chinooks. Infield and outfield. Here's the payoff pitch. Outside. Ball 4 for Jaden Toki. He gets rid of his stuff and walks on over to first base. So a 2-out runner board here for the Bucs in the bottom of the second.
Yeah, good patience there from Toki. Had the one big swing that ended up fouling it off. But for a young ball player, showing patience against a lefty so crafty like Fultz is impressive. And a good job by Toki to keep the thing going.
So back to the top of the lineup for the Bucs. It's James Provencio, who struck out back in the first. Toki takes his lead off first. Here's the pitch. Check swing. Left down low on the fastball. Appeal is he did not go. So 1-0 now on James Provencio. A rare strikeout for James back in the first inning. Fultz has looked solid. Stands as far to his right on the mound as he possibly can. Here's the 1-0 delivery. High on the fastball. 2-0. Toki not too much of a steal threat over at first base. You wouldn't expect him to go at the top of the lineup here right now. Doesn't have too much speed. Here's the 2-0. Fastball hooked outside. 3-0 now on Provencio. Kai McGarry awaits on deck, the number 2 hitter. Bucs already up 1-0 here, bottom 2. Fultz ready, set high at the eyes. Pitch is high and wide. So ball 4, back-to-back walks for the Bucs here in the second. They got something going, trying to tack on to their 1-0 lead early at Mulcahy Stadium. Very patient at bat for Provencio. Nice to see him bounce back after striking out in the first inning. Now Kai McGarry, the hitter for the Bucs. 0 for 1. He flew out to shortstop back in the first. Fultz spears in. Ready. Here's the pitch. Swung on and topped foul. McGarry was just under it. 0-1. Takes a long walk outside the box. McGarry showed off the power his last time out on Monday. Hit a 3-run jack over to left field. Just sort of uncorked it. Not too high over the wall, but it got the job done. Bucs couldn't come back, though. Lost 7-6. Pitch in there for a strike. 0-2 now on Kai. Provencio takes his lead off first. Toki off second. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here. Kai McGarry, the hitter. Here's the offering. Swung on and topped foul. Still 0-2 on McGarry. Gary always has some gestures after a swing, talking to himself, making sure everything's mechanically okay. Always see him grinding away in the batting cages. Trying to put up a good product here on the field. Here's the 0-2. Swung on, ripped foul down the left field line. Towards the Buck clubhouse. A couple fans over there have to shy out of the way. So still 0-2 now on McGarry. Seagull flies above us. Quiet day at Mulcahy. A big opportunity for the Bucs to win. Get back in the dub column. No balls, 2 strikes. Runners take their lead. Pitch. Swung on. Flied right field line. Foul. McGarry just off the end of the bat there. Still no balls, 2 strikes on the left fielder. After he hit his 3-run shot, he has 15 RBIs now on the season. Leads the team. Luke Taylor held that spot for so long, but hasn't driven in as many. Already has 1 today, though. He's up to 14 on the season. 0-2. Check swing, left outside. Peel is, he did not go. So 1-2. First ball of the count to Kai McGarry. A hit would most likely bring in the second run of the evening for the Bucs. Fultz peers in with the ball at his waist. Now he comes set at the eyes. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swung on and top foul, third base side out of play. 1-2 still on McGarry. He readjusts his jersey. Bucs in their pinstripes today. McGarry has Under Armour that's black that streaks down his right arm. Nothing on his left arm. And has his normal high socks look with the yellow stripe surrounding his calf. Runners take their leads. First baseman Perito not holding on Provencio. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. An off speed that McGarry was fooled on. A changeup from Fultz. That's his patented pitch, and it gets the job done here in the bottom of the second. No runs, no hits, and 2 men left on base for the Bucs. We head to the third, still 1-0. Anchorage on top. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to Mulcahy Stadium, everyone, as we head to the third inning. Still 1-0 Bucks on top. RJ Ruay still the pitcher on the hill for Anchorage. Has looked really good so far today. Just one base runner allowed for the Chinooks. It was a walk back in the second inning. Now it's Casey Anchors, the catcher, starting things up for Chugiak here in the top of the third. Anchors, the catcher, hitting 129 on the season. As you get to the bottom of the lineup for the Chinooks, the averages start to really decline. Here's the first pitch. Fastball hit high in the air towards right field. Very playable for Logan Yule. He drifts to his left, and he makes the grab. So one pitch, one out here in the top of the third.
Yeah, that's the efficiency that Ruiz had early on. Fultz, on the other hand, his pitch count up already over 50. We talked about the keys early on. You want Ruiz in for about 5 innings if you're the Bucks, and if you can chase Fultz early, that's how you win this game.
Well, now the number 9 hitter, Orion Medeiros, comes up for the Chinooks. Ruiz kicks and deals. Pitch is fouled right back. 0-1. A fastball that Medeiros is just underneath. Ruiz already ready. Stands tall with the glove at his eyes. Now he twirls and comes home. Pitch, a fastball called inside just barely, so 1-1. Seems like you kind of have to wait. You're on your toes for Casey Mosier's call. That one not to Ruiz's enjoyment. Pitch, out one's to Ruiz's enjoyment. A strike on the outside corner. 1-2. Nice breaking ball there from RJ. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the offering. Swing and a miss. A fastball right on by. Ruiz feeling it today. And there's 2 gone here in the top of the third. Already the 4th strikeout for the Bucs starter. He's gone to the fastball a whole bunch. And it's really done well for him. Now back to the top of the lineup for the Chinooks. It's Isaiah Perito. Lefty-lefty matchup. First pitch to him is a fastball left outside. 1-0. He struck out back in the first to start off the evening. Here's the 1-0 offering. Taken just down the middle, so 1-1 that is on Isaiah Perito. 246 average coming into the day. Sun starts to creep over Mulcahy Stadium. The clouds over us are starting to part. 1-1. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Just a wave from Perito. Fastball that was outside. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the third inning. Ruiz comes home. Breaking ball misses way outside. 2-2. Perito has his stolen base mitt in his back left pocket. A lot of hitters do that. Here's the 2-2. Wave and a miss. Another strikeout from RJ Ruiz, his 5th of the evening. My goodness, he's feeling it today. And he retires the side in order here in the top of the third. No runs, no hits, and nobody left on base for the Chinooks. We'll head to the home half. Still 1-0 Bucks on top. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Mulcahy Stadium as we head to the bottom of the third inning. Still 1-0 Bucks on top here in Anchorage, trying to extend their lead in second place as the standings just grow closer and closer here in the Alaska Baseball League. Still Christian Foltz on the hill for the Chinooks. He's looked pretty good so far. Just that one blemish. A Luke Taylor RBI single in the first. Pitch is drilled into left center field from Landon Underhill, but playable for Aiden Tauscher, the center fielder. He drifts over and he makes the grab right in front of the track. So Underhill gave it a ride, but there's one gone here in the bottom of the third. Underhill's been swinging it really well as of late. His average has been fluctuating from the high 280s to 290s, close to the 300 range. So been very consistent for the Bucs so far this season. Now his former teammate Joey Narrett up, the center fielder, pitched to him. There's a check swing, called a strike either way on the outside corner. Oh, it's 0-1 now on Joey. Walked back in the first inning. He's been swinging it real hot as of late. Now 4 for his last 10. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swung on and sliced foul down the left field line. 0-2 now on Narrett. He's been swinging it well as of late, but it wasn't the case a couple weeks ago. Still has just a 219 average, so trying to work his way out of a hole he dug himself early in the season. No balls, 2 strikes. Here's the offering. Breaking ball, that hit Joey Narrett, and it almost hit him on the back. A lefty-lefty matchup, and that's hard to do. Just scraped his elbow, and it goes back towards us in front of the screen. So a 1-out runner aboard for the Bucs here in the bottom of the third.
Yeah, I thought that might have actually hit his bat. It looked like the jersey ruffled a little bit, but right in that behind area of Narrett and taking one for the team. But even then, you're not really able to back up, or that's going to hit you even harder.
Those are the scary ones because you don't know where to go.
Yeah.
The ball's just coming towards you. You feel like you're trapped, but Narrett will take it for the team. He leads off first. The hitter's Luke Taylor. Pitch. Swing and a miss. High cheese. 0-1. Luke Taylor had that ribby single back in the first. Just a slow roller into left field. That got the jump done, sort of in no man's land between Mitchell, the shortstop, and McGlon, the third baseman. Foltz peers in for the sign. Now he's set. Out of the stretch. Narrett takes off. Pitch is swung on. Hit softly towards right field. That's in no man's land. On comes Medeiros, and he does not have a play. It bloops in, but they're going to double up Joey Narrett. He was forced to track back to first. The force is in time to second base. Joey Narrett was running back and forth like a merry-go-round between first and second. So Luke Taylor is aboard with a single, but the force out at second base. Now there's 2 gone in the bottom of the third. That's just an unlucky circumstance for Joey Narrett because they were covering the steal. That left Keaton Laidley, the second baseman, all the way towards the bag. A big gap opened up. The play couldn't be made, but a nice heads-up play for the force out. Now the hitter's Logan Ewell. Pitch. High and wide. 1-0 now on the right fielder. Just sort of a interesting play that worked to the, enjoyment of the Chinooks. So could have been a bloop single with first and second instead. It's just a runner on first with 2 outs. Second hit of the day, though, for Luke Taylor. That one very unordinary, not one you see too often, but it still looks the same on the stat sheet. Logan Ewell grounded out to shortstop back in the first. Foltz ready. Now he checks back to first.
Not quite on the same on the score sheet, because usually it would be a fielder's choice in the 6-4, but that's a single in the 6-4.
That's true.
So a little bit different.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying it looks the same as a regular single.
That's true. That's true.
Pitch that Ewell is ripped into right field, but caught by Laidley, the second baseman. It was a soft liner, sort of a humpback liner that Ewell caught on the inside of the bat. So the Bucs leave Luke Taylor stranded at first after his 2-out single. We go to the fourth. Still 1-0 Anchorage on top. Don't go anywhere. It's Bucs baseball. We'll be right back. Back here at Mulcahy Stadium as we head to the top of the fourth. Rouet still on the hill for the Bucs. His first offering is a ball on the outside corner. Just barely. Nice frame by Taylor, but could not get the call from Casey Mosier. So 1-0 now on Aiden Tauscher, number 2 hitter for the Chinooks. Here's the 1-0. Called to strike this time on the outside corner. So 1-1. Wind starts to pick up at Mulcahy Stadium. Going out to right field this time. Pitch is swung on and fouled back left side out of play. 1-2 now. Tauscher grounded out to the pitcher back in the first. RJ Rouet made a nice play to hop off the mound and toss over to first. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here it is. Swung on, hit sharply towards shortstop. Underhill misses it. Now he throws the first in time. He couldn't make the original play, but then he gathered it on the second attempt and made a dart throw over to first. So 1 gone here in the top of the fourth.
Yeah, really nice recovery there from Underhill. Not a true shortstop. He's been playing this position over the last week because of injury to Grant Haas, and excellent second chance and just fires a strike to first in time.
Now the hitter's Tate Green, the DH. Here's the first pitch to him. High and wide on the fastball, 1-0. Tate Green flew out to right field back in the first inning. .338 average on the season, though. That's the best on his team. Pitch, he lines it towards left field, foul. Just past the diving Toki, so made a nice effort. Toki really likes to get on the ground and makes those diving plays. 1-1 now on Tate Green.
He's lucky it's turf, not dirt, or else his jersey would be, I think, permanently stained.
You got to respect it, the effort. 1 ball, 1 strike now on Green. Here's the pitch. Swung on and sliced foul down the right field line. 1-2 now on Green. .338 average. He's hit a couple homers against the Bucs. 1 here and 1 over at Lee Jordan Field in Chugiak. So he has the power capabilities. Not the biggest frame, but my goodness, he's some pop. 1-2. Swung on and hit high in the air towards right field, drifting towards foul territory, and it'll make the stands. Nate Muncie, the first baseman, ran about 35 yards to try and make the play, but he couldn't come up with it. So still 1-2 now on Tate Green. DH today. Normally plays shortstop, but he struggled over there. Leads his team in errors, has 6 of them this year. Rouet stands tall. Here's the 1-2. Check swing. Ball in the dirt. Appeal down to first. He did not go, says Ethan McCraney, the field ump. So 2 balls, 2 strikes now on Tate Green. Both his homers against the Bucs have gone out to deep left. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Rouet. Oh my goodness. His 6th K of the day. 1 gone here in the top of the fourth. He's just feeling it. His strikeouts. He leads the team with 20 of them coming into the day. And now he's showing why he's a punch-out pitcher. The offering is called a strike to Brady Groves. So 0-1 now on the left fielder. He spins and turns. 0-1 pitch. A wave and a miss. 0-2. Just another check swing, unconfident hack there for the Chinooks. There's been a whole lot of them. Bucs up 1-0. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Fought off foul. Just a late hack there from Groves. Still no balls, 2 strikes.
And that's how Groves struck out in the second with one of those half swings. Still doing it, though.
Rouet stands tall on the hill. Pitch. Oh, wave and a miss. Another strikeout for RJ Rouet. And it's another 1-2-3 inning for the starting pitcher. We head to the bottom of the fourth. No runs, no hits, and nobody left on base for the Bucs. Let's see if they can get the bats going again. Still up 1-0. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Back here at Mulcahy Stadium, glad you're joining us. It's a pitcher's duel at Mulcahy in Anchorage, Alaska. 1-0 Bucks on top. The lone run off of an RBI single from Luke Taylor back in the first inning. Still Christian Foltz on the hill for the Chinooks. Small lefty will face a righty this time. It's Reese Sherman, the DH today for the Bucks. First pitch to him is a breaking ball in the dirt. 1-0. Sherman so far today 0 for 1 with a strikeout back in the second. Came into the day hitting .268 for the Bucks this season. Foltz twirls and deals. Pitch almost hit Sherman inside, so 2-0. Takes a couple steps outside the box. Readjusts his dark blue batting gloves, his Nike batting gloves. Here's the 2-0 on its way. Inside again, 3-0 on Reese Sherman.
He's repping the Bucks with the yellow and Gonzaga with the blue.
Hey, there you go.
Best of both worlds.
That sure is. A lot of bright yellow. You think it's for the Bucks? Could be. Probably. 3-0 pitch. In there for a strike. Right down Broadway. 3-1.
I mean, I don't think it's the Bulldogs. I'm not sure what his high school
Definitely
colors
the Bulldog.
were.
It's
But
true. But it's everyone, too. It's really interesting.
Yeah.
Nate Muncy on deck doesn't have it. He's going all white today. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Swung on, hit well out to center field, but playable for the center fielder, Tauscher, who skirts in, and he makes the grab. So, one gone here in the bottom of the fourth. A fly out for Reese Sherman to center. Christian Foltz continues to look really good today. He works to contact, too. As much of his strikeout stuff, he induces weak contact. He had 7 and 6 strikeouts in his 2 respective starts against the Bucks so far this season, so 13 total. Nate Muncy, the hitter. Here's a pitch to him, is sliced foul down the left field line. No balls, 1 strike on Muncy. 1 out here in the bottom of the fourth. Bucks hold a 1-0 lead. Here's the offering. Swung on and hit up the middle on a hop towards shortstop. Mitchell Fields fires in time. Sort of an interesting hop there. A humpback liner from Nate Muncy. That 1 hop towards Mitchell did really well with it. So 2 gone here in the bottom of the fourth.
yeah, it's a really impressive play by Mitchell, who we've seen the first base as trade most of this season. That one's right at second base. Very soft moving ball, but a good job to quickly get in his glove and throw.
Now that are Jaden Togi for the Bucks. Here's the pitch. High and tight. 1-0 in the fastball. Foltz scrapes some of the dirt off the rubber. Now he steps on again. Glove at his eyes. Twists and twirls. Here's the pitch. Swung on, lifted high towards right field. Medeiros is there on a couple steps, and he makes the grab to retire the side. So the Bucks go quickly 1-2-3 here in the bottom of the fourth. We'll head to the fifth. It's a pitcher's duel here on the Bucks YouTube channel. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Mulcahy Stadium, everyone. Milo Hoffman and Alex Burstein with you on an overcast day here in Anchorage, Alaska. The Bucks hold a 1-0 lead as we head to the top of the fifth. It's been an old-school pitcher's duel between 2 southpaws for the Bucks. RJ Rouet on And Christian Fultz is dealing for the Chinooks, keeping his side in it. They're down just 1-0, trying to peer into the lead here of the Bucs, and they'll start off with their big righty hitter and third baseman Patrick McGlon. Here's the pitch. Called a strike, a fastball at the knees. So 0-1. McGlon so far today walked back in the second, so still is not registered in at bat. Pitch to him is sliced foul, out of play. 0-2 quickly on the third baseman. Came into the day hitting .316 did McGlon. Showed off some power against the Bucs earlier in the season. A homer right back here at Mulcahy. Roy shakes off the 0-2. Still stands tall on the rubber. Now he nods. Gets what he likes. Here's his. Outside. 1-2. A fastball that just missed. McGlon rocks the all-black bat. White Under Armour streaks down his right forearm. Here's the 1-2 offering. Swung on, hit sharply on the ground, left side. Toki dives, comes up with it, throws to first, off the mark. Muncy forced to go towards the second baseman Provencio up the line. So, nice stop by Muncy. Toki's throw just not in time and not on target. So the leadoff man is aboard here for the Chinooks in the bottom, or the top of the fifth, that is.
Yeah, that's going to be the first hit of the day here for the Chinooks, albeit an infield one. Toki probably kept that from going to the outfield, but it's a tough one when you have to dive like that.
He still dives. He
Yep.
came up with it, though. Nice play. Just couldn't make the throw. So McGlon leads off first. Here's the pitch. Down low to Jake Mitchell. Well, it's 1-0 now on the shortstop.
I didn't even realize there was a no-hitter going.
Yeah, there was a no-hitter going. Rui's been working so fast. McGlon also the only guy that's reached for the Chinooks so far today. A walk and a single. Rui ready for the 1-0. Here it is. Swing and a miss. 1-1. Fastball right on by Jake Mitchell, who struck out back in the second. One ball, one strike now on the shortstop. Long pause for Rui. Defense played straight up. Here's the pitch. Called a strike at the knees and inside. Nice place for RJ Rui. So 1-2 now on Mitchell. Steps back on the rubber. He's working fast. Sometimes a guy who likes to take his time on the hill, but when he's feeling it, he wants to get going as soon as possible. McGlon leads off first. Nobody out here. Top of the fifth. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Check back to first from Taylor. Not in time. Another strikeout for RJ Rui. And there's one gone here in the top of the fifth. My goodness, he's on today.
Yeah, and he's gotten strikeouts in so many different ways. We've seen the check swings. We've seen full swings at a high pitch like that. He's gotten the backward Ks as well. Everything is working here today. 8 strikeouts, just ridiculous.
That's RJ Rui for you.
Yeah.
Came in with 20 strikeouts. Now he leads the team with 28 on the season. You'll have to face Keaton Laley, the second baseman, now with one gone. Here's the offering. Fastball hooked outside, and McGlon takes second. The throw bounced towards the first baseline. Luke Taylor came up with it, but really had no play. So now a runner in scoring position for the Chinooks. Their first runner in scoring position all evening long. Here with one gone in the top of the fifth. Keaton Laley, the hitter. Counts 1-0 on him. He's been struggling this year, just a 182 average. Long pause for Rui. Stands at the far left of the rubber. Checks on the runner. And now he comes home. Pitch. Tapped. Foul. 1-1. Chinooks won 7-6 yesterday against the Pilots. So the offense was going for them then. Not a bad offensive team overall. Just a smidge below the Bucs in a couple of those statistical categories. Team average at 248. Just 5 ticks below Anchorage. 1-1 pitch is sliced foul out of play down the left field line. So 1-2 now on Ladley with a runner in scoring position. Now he takes a pause. Now he steps back on the rubber. Waits for the sign from Luke Taylor, who's calling a real good game behind the dish. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. 9 Ks for RJ Rui. And there's 2 gone here in the top of the fifth. He just has his strikeout stuff going today. I've said it so much, but really that just looms true.
Yeah, I mean, started today tied for 3rd in the league in strikeouts, and now he's way alone in 2nd place, 7 strikeouts above Caleb Ghana for third, and I mean, this is just a near perfect day.
Now 2 gone, top 5. Here's Casey Anchors, the catcher. McGlon off second. Here's the pitch, fouled right back. 0-1 now, quickly. Casey Anchors flew out to right. One of the rare guys who actually put the ball in play so far for the Chinooks. Like we said, 9 strikeouts for R.J. Rouet on the night. Overcast day here at Mulcahy Stadium. Wind is blowing strong out to right field. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball just missed high and tight. Now it's 1-1 on Anchors.
6 of 17 batters have put it in play, I think. Yeah.
Anchors,
Pretty good.
Yeah, and looking for his first RBI. Chance for him to get a run home here. The tying run at second. It's McGlon. Here's the 1-1 pitch. A cut and a miss. 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs here. Top 5. Rouet set at the bell. Looks for his 10th strikeout of the evening. Hitter's Casey Anchors, McGlon off second. Here's the offering. Swing and a miss! Double-digit strikeouts for R.J. Rouet. He's dealing here at Mulcahy Stadium as we head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Still 1-0 Bucks on top. R.J. Rouet, my goodness, have yourself a day. We'll be right back. It's Bucks Baseball. Don't go anywhere. Back here with Bucks Baseball for you as we head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Milo Hoffman and Alex Burstein with you. And it's the top of the lineup for the Bucks as they try to tack on to their slim 1-0 lead here over the Chinooks. It's been an absolute pitcher's duel on a Wednesday night in Anchorage, Alaska. Just 3 combined hits for these 2 sides this evening. So Christian Foltz on the hill for Chugiak. He spins and deals. Pitch is fought off foul. 1 hopper towards the Buck dugout. So 0-1 now on Provencio. Provencio so far today is 0 for 1. He has a strikeout back in the 1st, and he walked in the 2nd. Trying to start things off here in the bottom of the 5th. Pitch left high and wide. 1-1 now on James. James came in with a team best .313 batting average on the season, but struggling just a bit. 3 for his last 14. Here's the 1-1. Fastball clipped the outside corner. 1-2 now. He's been striking out a bit more as of late. He started off the season, he just didn't strike out at all. Now a couple whiffs. Ready for the 1-2. Here it is. Fastball left outside. 2-2. Right behind Provencio is Kai McGarry, number 2 hitter, followed by Landon Underhill in the hole. 1-2-3 for the Bucks. Just hold a 1-0 lead here over the Chinooks. Wind starts to pick up at Mulcahy. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball hit well out to left center field. Tauscher, the center fielder, and Groves are there. And Groves, the left fielder, makes the grab. Shallow left field. And there's 1 gone here in the bottom of the 5th. Rencio just kind of golfed that one out towards the outfield. The wind is really blowing in the outfield. It's going in all directions. 1 minute, I say it's going out to right. The next, it's coming in, and if I blink, it's probably going to be blown out to left. Now Kai McGarry, who hit a homer out to left his last game. Pitch to him, a fastball high. So 1-0 now on Kai. Foltz works quickly. Wind picks up. Now he twists and turns. Here's the pitch. Swung on and foul back. 1-1 now, McGarry. Like I said, just 3 combined hits for the two teams today. 2 for the Bucs, 1 for the Chinooks. Lone Bucs run came back in the first. Luke Taylor, RBI single to left. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Left outside on the heat. 2-1 now, McGarry. Came in hitting 284. Now he has a team best 15 RBIs on the season. That homer out to left his last game, a 3-run shot. 2-1 pitch is hit off the end of the bat towards left field. Foul. 2-2. Gary takes a long walk out of the box. Where he adjusts his batting gloves, his white batting gloves. Now he digs back in, taps the bat on the dish a few times. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here, bottom 5. Here's Folt's pitch. Swing and a miss. An off-speed in tight on McGarry's hands. And there's 2 gone here in the bottom of the 5th inning.
Well, I don't think you could have asked for a better pitching matchup here tonight. We kind of build it up as that, and then the first inning was like, a little iffy, especially out of Foltz, but he's recovered so well. And wow, this is fun to watch.
2 lefties, too, with sort of similar material, but not exactly the same. Hitter's Underhill. Pitch to him is slice foul down the left field line. 0-1.
They've done it in such different ways.
Yeah.
That's only the 4th strikeout
Right.
for Foltz versus 10 for Rue. He's just inducing the super easy contact.
No balls, 1 strike on Landon. Here's the offering. Hit hard towards third base. McGlon dives, and it's under his glove into left field. So a 2-out single for the Bucs here. Landon Underhill reaches first. So perhaps something going here with the cleanup man, Joey Narrett, hipping up to the plate. Narrett fist bumps as he walks towards the dish. It's a big moment for him. He's been really swinging it well as of late. And Underhill takes his lead off first base. Foltz comes set now, pitches out of the stretch. Here's the pitch. Underhill takes off. Pitch in air is chopped on the ground towards second, and it hits Underhill's foot. So that's an out. Underhill just clipped it as he was running by. Probably would have been a routine play either way for the second baseman, Keaton Laidley. But instead, I believe that's actually a single for Joey Narrett, I think. So Underhill takes one for the team there, gives Narrett a single on what was probably going to be an out either way. So we head to the 6th. RJ Rui still on the hill for the Bucs, and to cover that one, we'll have Alex Burstein take over on play-by-play. Don't go anywhere. It's Bucs Baseball. We'll be right back.
We play to inning number 6 here at Mulcahy Stadium. A 1-0 lead for the Bucs over the Chinooks here on a Wednesday evening in Anchorage, Alaska. RJ Rue stays in for a 6th inning of work, and why not? The left-hander has been excellent, just 1 hit given up and 10 Ks for the Baylor product, and now he works against Orion Medeiros to start off inning number 6. Here's the first pitch. Fastball slammed towards left field, high in the air. McGarry chases it foul and watches it go into the Bucs bullpen. Wow, a sky shot on the first pitch by Medeiros. He already has 1 home run this year. Almost had it 2, but the wind moves it just out of play. And that's an 0-1 count. So, a loud start to inning number 6 here. Just 1 hit today for the Chinooks. That was almost 2. Here's the 0-1. Hit on the line towards left field, drops for a base hit, going all the way to the pole. Medeiros around first base, he chugs towards second and is aboard safely. McGarry fires it in from left field, but that's a stand-up double for Orion Medeiros, and there's a runner in scoring position to start off inning number 6. Well, that's quite the at-bat from the right fielder. Took the first pitch towering foul to left field and then lines the next one right down the left field line. And that's the first big hit given up all day by RJ Rue. So, 1 on, no outs for Isaiah Perito. Rue looks back towards second base, holds the glove at his belt, and fires. Showing bunt, pitch goes foul. Perito got some contact on the fastball from Rue, but dribbles down the third base line, and it's an 0-1 count. Corner infielders are going to play a little bit in, especially Nate Muncy, the first baseman. He's about 3 feet on into the infield turf. Lead off a second base, Medeiros. Here's the 0-1. Another bunt down the third base line and just goes foul. That one went in the air, so there was a play on it for both the pitcher Rue and the third baseman Jaden Toki, but neither of them can get there in time, and it's an 0-2 count. Perito 0 for 2 today. A pair of strikeouts, 1 looking, 1 swinging. Rue has 10 of those already today. No balls, 2 strikes. Rue waiting for the sign from Taylor. He gets one he likes, and now readies. Here's the pitch. Way outside. Taylor has to scramble to keep it from going back, but keeps it in front of him, and it's a 1-2 count. So, a pair of competitive fastballs from Rue to start off the at-bat. That one, a breaking ball, ends up a little too far outside, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes to Perito, the first baseman here tonight. Here's the 1-2. Fastball hit high in the air, shallow left field. Toki drifts into foul territory, and the third baseman gloves it for out number 1. So, a competitive at-bat from Isaiah Perito, but it ends with soft contact in the air. And there's 1 out with 1 away here in the top of inning number 6. That's just what Rue needed after giving up that big double to start off the inning to Orion Medeiros. He's still at second base. Aiden Tauscher comes to the plate for his 3rd offering here today. A pair of groundouts for the center fielder. Rue stands tall. Couple checks towards second and the pitch. Fastball clips the outer edge for a strike. 0-1 the count. That fastball has just worked so well here today for the left-hander. He's been working at a very good pace. Here's the 0-1. Fastball just low. Evens out the count at 1 apiece. I mentioned it, Tauscher usually the leadoff man down in the 2 spot tonight. It's interesting. Both Perito and Tauscher, not 2 of the best hitters on this team, both hitting south of 250 on the year. Here's the 1-1. Breaking ball off the inside of the bat, soared towards the right side of the infield. Nate Muncy gets under it and makes the grab in foul territory. So, 2 away here. The early double from Orion Medeiros, but now Rue has gotten 2 pop-outs into foul territory. And just like that, he's well on his way to getting out of this inning with no damage done. So, it's up to Tate Green to keep the inning going. The designated hitter stands in the righty's batter's box. Long wait. Rue, couple checks, and the first pitch. Fastball just misses outside.
Well, this is really the only thing RJ Rue needs to check off the box today, working out of a little jam.
Yeah.
Because other than that, he's been perfect.
Just the third base runner of the day, Medeiros. Patrick McGlon has been on twice. Infield playing straight up, the 1-0. Fouled back. A liner straight into the netting here behind home plate. A shallow crowd on hand. There's always some in the grandstand right behind us here. And then you have a few Brave fans bearing the cold weather here in the bleachers. Just above 60 degrees here on this Wednesday night in Anchorage. 1 ball, 1 strike. The next pitch. Breaking ball chopped foul to the third base side. Nice play by Tim Cole, the third base coach and manager for this Chinooks team, to grab it with one hand, showing off his previous baseball talents. So, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Just 2 hits today for the Chinooks. They trail 1-0 in the top of inning number 6. Rue taps his glove against his right leg. Now comes set, and he'll step off. Oh, he wanted a little reset. Tate Green won't complain about it. The designated hitter gets to readjust as well. Now Rue looks in, prepares for the 1-2 pitch. Green 0 for 2 today. Struck out his last time. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. Changeup from RJ Rue. He is pumped up walking off the mound. K number 11 for the southpaw. And a runner stranded at second base here in the top of the 6th for the Chinooks. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 runner stranded. It's a 1-0 Bucs lead. We move to the bottom of the 6th. Don't go anywhere. This is Anchorage Bucs baseball. Back here at Mulcahy Stadium, 1-0 Bucs lead into the bottom of the 6th inning. First pitching change of the day. Sam Lebrecq comes in for the Chinooks to relieve Christian Foltz, who worked 5 great innings of 1-run ball. And now it's up to Lebrecq to keep things going against the middle of the lineup, 5, 6, and 7 hitters, beginning with Luke Taylor. First pitch. Fastball misses outside and low to Taylor. Lebrecq making his 8th appearance of the year. He's been a short stint guy, just 8 innings on the season, a 5.63 ERA. Doesn't strike out a lot of guys, just 3 Ks, but knows how to get guys out. The 1-0. Fastball bounced down the third base line. 1-1 the count. Lebrecq out of Oberlin College, a Division III in Oberlin, Ohio. He's listed as both a right-handed pitcher and an infielder. However, we've primarily seen him in the bullpen this season for the Chinooks. Was a two-way guy over at Oberlin, though, as a true freshman. Here's the 1-1. Taylor fouls it off to the right side. Pretty impressive hitting numbers in the spring for Lebrecq. Hit .295 in 28 starts. On the mound, roughed up a little bit more, 7 appearances with an 11.39 ERA, but always impressive when you can see guys go both ways at the collegiate level. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Next pitch. Taylor watches a fastball outside. Evens out the count at 2 apiece here. Bucs leading 1-0. They have 3 hits on the day compared to just 2 for the Chinooks. It's been a defensive battle. Lebrecht, with the glove at his face, now turns and fires. Just bounced foul. So Taylor gets just on top of that ball and sends it foul. 2 balls and 2 strikes. He readjusts his black batting helmet with his bright yellow gloves, taps his beige bat across home plate a couple times. Here's the 2-2. Poked high in the air towards right field. Medeiros rolls to the line and makes the grab for out number 1. Soft contact off the bat from Luke Taylor, and there's 1 away here. Took the pitch outside, and it was just off the tip of his bat. You're not going to get a lot of power with that hit. And it's a quick first out, just what Lebrecht wanted.
Yeah, and Ewell just kind of had to lunge at that one and gave it his best shot. But, of course, when you lunge, you're not going to get too much speed off the bat.
First pitch to Logan Ewell. Fastball taken low. 1 ball and no strikes. The lefty 0 for 2 today with a ground out in the first and a line out in the third. Both of them to the shortstop position. Here's the 1-0. Taken outside. As a left-handed hitter, that usually wouldn't be the case, but Ewell has been very impressive with his opposite field hitting. Obviously, you'd like to get it out of the infield. Here's the 2-0. Check swing, doesn't matter. Strike called on the outer third, and it's a 2-1 count. Ewell steps out of the batter's box for a second and returns quickly. Lebrecht working very fast. Here's the 2-1. Fastball low and outside. So Lebrecht not working with many pitches here. The fastball's had good control so far, but now he finds himself down 3-1 in the count to the right fielder. Ewell twirls his bat, now readies. Here's the 3-1 offering. Inside and low, Ewell tosses his bat and will jog down to first base. That's a 1-out walk offered by Sam Lebrecht, and there's 1 runner on with 1 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. Brings Reese Sherman to the plate, the designated hitter out of Gonzaga University, usually playing behind the plate, but coaches like his bat, hitting .268, so he gets the DH nod tonight. Ewell a few steps off of first. Here's the first pitch. Fastball high and inside. 1-0 the counts. Lebrecht has looked solid on the mound here today. His first inning of work, having to relieve Christian Fultz. That's no easy task for any pitcher. The 1-0. Fastball taken for a strike on the inside. But Lebrecht doing as good as he can so far. 1 out, 1 on in inning number 6. Bucs looking for some insurance. Up 1-0. Lebrecht throws to first, not in time. Ewell just got back to the bag in time. Well, Lebrecht, a pitcher that has battled through some true adversity, both on and off the field, throughout his playing career. Another pickoff attempt to first, not in time. Senior year of high school, discovered he had a rare form of soft tissue cancer. But Lebrecht, someone who loves to be on the ball field, didn't want to miss any time in his senior year. 1-1, Ewell takes towards second, it's bounced foul. So Lebrecht, not wanting to miss any games, he found a way to schedule his chemotherapy appointments around the game schedule and missed no games his senior year of high school while also getting into remission. Very impressive stuff.
Yeah. I mean, that's really good scheduling.
Yeah,
there.
really good scheduling.
I could use that skill.
Well, Breck took that into his freshman year of college, looked good, and now has been solid this summer. 1-2. Fastball taken high and inside. Well, when you're able to overcome stuff like that off the field, it makes these on-field situations feel very small, but obviously still a very, very good competitor. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Reese Sherman. The next pitch. Popped in the air, right side. Laidley chases back, but it's the right fielder Medeiros who gets under it and makes the grab for out number 2. So, pair of flyouts to right here in Lebrecht's first inning, and there's 2 away with 1 on, and it's up to Nate Muncy to keep the inning going.
Birthday boy.
Yeah.
You get it done.
Would love a birthday bomb to go with it. Muncie has some power in his bat, yet to really unleash on one this year. Lebrecht stands tall the first pitch. Fastball grounded left side, easy for the third baseman McGlon, who throws high to first base. But nice job by Perito to touch the bag in time. So that's almost 1-2-3 inning for Lebrecht. Gives up one walk, but he'll be stranded on the base pass. It's a 1-0 Bucs lead as we play to the 7th. Don't go anywhere. This is Anchorage Bucs baseball.
No.
Back here at Mulcahy Stadium, it's a 1-0 lead for the Bucs over the Chinooks as we go to the top of the 7th, a true pitcher's duel. Both starters are now out. RJ Rue exits the game after 6 scoreless innings, 11 Ks, best performance of the year for any starting pitcher for the Bucs. He gives way to John Witt, the right-hander who just wrapped up his time at Paradise Valley Community College. First pitch to Brady Groves, breaking ball. Hits the inner third, 0-1 the count. Witt making his 10th appearance of the year. He gets into a lot of games, 13 2/3 innings, and a sub-2 ERA, right now at 1.98. Here's the 0-1. Another breaking ball left inside, 1-1 the count. Witt's someone who, when you ask him about his pitching philosophy, he's not going to give you X's and O's. He's not going to say, oh, I really like my cutter or my fastball today. Here's the 1-1. Fastball popped high in the air behind home plate. Taylor drops his mask, scoots over, and just can't make the grab. Lands right in front of the press box here. So it's a 1-2 count. What he is going to say, Witt will say he likes to throw the ball fast and he likes to get strikes.
Yep.
That's his philosophy. And obviously, honestly, maybe a few more pitchers need that because
Yeah.
it's just baseball at the end of the day, and it's worked really well for Witt so far.
There's his grunt. His
Yeah.
patented grunt.
Just loves to play ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Next pitch. Fouled off to the right side. Groves has battled in both of his at-bats, but has ended up with a swinging strikeout both times. Now with the Rue out of the game, trying to switch that up. 1 ball, 2 strikes on the left fielder. Witt sets and fires. Breaking ball swung on and missed. Strike 3. First strikeout today for John Witt in his first batter faced, and there's 1 away. Took the curveball high in the zone, and Groves just swung lackadaisically at it, and there's 1 away.
And not normally where you want the curveball, high in the zone, like you said, high and in. But listen, sometimes the change in the speed and the spin will get you.
Brings Patrick McGlon to the plate. First pitch. Fastball high and inside. Well, McGlon worked great against the left-handed RJ Rue, a walk and a single. The only guy who reached twice against the southpaw out of Baylor. Now facing off against a right-hander in John Witt. Will try to keep that success going. Here's the 1-0. Breaking ball hit in front of home plate. There was a check swing from McGlon, but he held back. And it's a 2-0 count. Witt just wrapped up his time at Paradise Valley Community College. Now he'll be playing Division II baseball at Arkansas Tech starting in his junior year. 2 years of eligibility to play at the D2 level. He's very excited for a new opportunity. Here's the 2-0. Breaking ball high. Outfield playing straight up here at Mulcahy Stadium. The infield playing pretty far back, especially the middle infielders. They're all the way at the edge of the infield turf. 3 balls, no strikes on McLawn. The pitch, fastball in there for a strike. 3-1 the count. Witt dropped his hat. He's gotten quite used to it. You can see he knows the movement perfectly. He loses his hat, watches the pitch, and then just takes a couple strides over to pick it up. Acts like nothing happens as he sets for the 3-1. Here it comes. Fastball dribbled towards short, couple bounces towards Landon Underhill. He throws to first in time. Nice lunge by Nate Muncy. The throw about 2 feet inside of the first base bag, but Muncy able to lunge, and there's 2 away here in the top of the 7th.
Yeah, that's sort of a tough one, like a 5-hopper over to Underhill. You have to determine whether to come in on that or play it on a couple hops. Underhill stood back there, meaning you have to throw a harder throw to first. A nice dig out by Muncy.
So, Jake Mitchell comes to the plate, the shortstop. First pitch, fastball taken for a strike on the top outside corner. Witt loses his hat again. It's extra not helping him today that the wind is blowing. When you have the velocity, the grunt, and the wind all coming together, not a recipe for keeping your hat on. Haven't seen any other players lose it, though, today. Here's the 0-1. Another fastball, just misses outside. This time Witt keeps his hat on. Well, that 1.98 ERA for Witt really turned him into one of the top relievers for the Bucs this season. The 1-1 offering. Breaking ball misses low and outside. That time he lost it and caught it before it even touched the ground. He's really getting used to this.
We need to make a compilation
Yes.
of all the times.
It would be a long compilation.
It would be. You know what's funny, actually, too? His grunt doesn't happen while he's throwing the ball. If you notice this next pitch, it happens after the ball's thrown. Just take a watch.
2-1. Fastball misses low and outside. I don't think he did it
He did.
that time. Oh,
I
he
heard
did?
it.
No,
Yeah.
I missed it.
It's when his leg is whipping around
Yeah.
his right leg. It's really interesting. Should read a book about it.
Yeah. Pitching style down to an art. 3 balls and 1 strike on Jake Mitchell. Here's the next pitch. Fastball left high. And Mitchell is aboard with a 2-out walk. His first reach of the day. Struck out swinging in both the 2nd and 5th innings. But he'll be glad to get an easy reach here. Just 5 pitches to get to first. And there's 1 on with 2 outs for Keaton Laidley. Second baseman committed to play at Central Arkansas after wrapping up his time at Paris Junior College this spring. Righty-lefty matchup, first pitch. Way outside. 1 balls, no strikes on Laidley.
Looks like Luke Taylor's going to go out to talk to John Witt. A couple pitches now outside the zone. Obviously a 2-out walk. And, you know, the Bucs have been doing so well on the pitching side of things, but only 1 run on the board.
Yeah. No help from the offense for the pitching today for the Bucs, and that's how it's been in a couple of games during this recent up and down stretch for the Bucs. Will be interesting to see if Mitchell tries to get to second base with a lefty at the plate, and if there's a pull hit, it's much easier to bring this game even. 1-0 Bucs lead in the top of the 7th. Witt peers in, sets his red glove in front of him, and now throws to first, not in time. Witt pitching in back-to-back games, closed out the 8-7 loss, 8-7 loss on Monday for the Bucs. Another pickoff attempt, not in time. Grady Ferris started off the 9th inning, gave up a pair of runs before John Witt came in and pitched the final 2 outs of the top of the 9th. He didn't give up any runs, but it ended up being too little too late. 1 out, pitch outside. And now Witt has thrown 6 of his last 7 pitches outside of the zone. Jake Mitchell with a small lead off of first base. One of the bigger players on this team, not as fast as some other guys. Here's the 2-0. Fastball called for a strike on the bottom outside corner.
And John Witt needs to do that. a lot more in these next couple of batters. Try to get this one out right here. But the fastball at the knees has done wonders for him so far this season. The command there has been great.
2 balls, 1 strike. Another pickoff attempt not in time. Nate Muncie's getting a good workout over there at first base. He's had some wild throws thrown that way. He's had to run at some pop flies in foul territory. Busy day for the first baseman on his birthday. 2 balls, 1 strike. The pitch just hits the outside upper corner on a fastball. Late call there from home plate umpire Casey Mosher, and it's a 2-2 count. So John Witt 1 strike away from getting out of this inning. The right-hander looks in and now sets. Here's the pitch. Runner takes, swung on and missed, breaking pitch, and just a piece of it Laidley got. So a late swing. The top of the bat was able to just hit the ball, and there's a 2-2 count still on the second baseman. Laidley with a pop out in foul territory back in the second. He struck out in the 5th. Witt would love to make that another K. Another 2-2. Fastball popped in the air towards center field. Narrett runs back, now settles down and reaches up to make the grab for out number 3. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 runner left on base. It's Jake Mitchell after a walk, but he can't get anywhere. 1-0. The Bucs lead at stretch time here at Mulcahy Stadium. Don't go anywhere. This is Anchorage Bucs baseball. We play to the bottom of the 7th here at Mulcahy Stadium. A 1-0 lead for the Anchorage Bucs over the Chugiak-Eagle River Chinooks here on a Wednesday night in Anchorage, Alaska. It'll be Jaden Toki to lead things off against Sam Lebrecht. Second inning of work for the right-handed relief pitcher for Chugiak. Toki, the third baseman, 0 for 1 today, walked back in the second, got all the way around to second base. Here's the first pitch. Fastball inside for a strike. 0-1 the count. Toki is the last batter to make it to second base for the Bucs. That was all the way back in inning number 2. Here's the 0-1. Breaking pitch fouled off to the third base side. 0-2 the count. It was a walk, and then James Cervencio walked the next batter. So Toki was able to get into scoring position. Didn't stay there for long, though. A strikeout by Kai McGarry brought the inning to a close. Here's the 0-2. Fastball back up the middle. 2 hops into the glove of Laidley, the second baseman, who darts a throw to first in time. A nice backhanded stop by Laidley. It was a ball that was sharp off the bat, but off the turf, it took a couple of slow bounces, so Laidley had to throw one quickly to the first base bag, gets it in time, and there's one away.
That's one of the hits that looks really weird off the bat, and you think it's a rate lace to center field, but instead it just dies right in front of the infielder. So nice play.
Wood bats can do funny things to baseballs. James Cervencio at the plate. First pitch hit on the ground left side. One bounce into the glove of McGlon, who darts it across the diamond in time. Nice job by Patrick McGlon. He was able to field it as he scooted his way to his left. And a routine 5-3 putout means just like that, there's 2 away here for Kai McGarry. A very quick bottom of the 7th here for Sam Lebrecht. The pitchers have been great for the Chinooks. The offense has just been silent. Set and the first pitch. Fastball down the middle of the zone for a strike. 0-1 the count. McGarry 0 for 3 today. A pop out in the first and a pair of strikeouts since then. Here's the 0-1. High and inside off the glove of Anchors, but no one on, so no one can advance. McGarry's struggled with that outside breaking ball this season. Luckily for him, it's mainly been fastballs from Lebrecht today. Here's the 1-1. There's a breaking ball, and it clips McGarry in the back. So, a hit by pitch, the first of the outing for Sam Lebrecht, second of the day for the Chinooks, and Kai McGarry has a free base for his first reach of the day. And now the Bucs have something going. Landon Underhill comes to the plate, and with your top speedster on the base pass, would not be surprised to see Kai McGarry try to take second. Lebrecht looks in, fires to first, not in time.
That's the 36th hit by pitch from the Chinooks this season, which leads the ABL. I like the plunk there.
That's an impressive thing to do in just 21 games, almost 2 a game. First pitch, swung on, lined left side, travels out of play. Underhill has the lone run of the game, walked in the first, then stole second base, advanced to third on the same wild pitch, and then came around the score on an RBI single from Luke Taylor. That feels like forever ago. Here's the 0-1. Just misses outside, dribbles away from Anchors, and into second base is Kai McGarry. So, a wild pitch. Kai McGarry picks up on it early, and he is aboard into scoring position in the bottom of the 7th. Smart base running from Kai McGarry. He won't get his league-leading 13th stolen base, but he doesn't care. Wouldn't be surprised to see him take off for third with how aggressive he's been this season. Lebrecht stands tall. Here's the 1-1. Fastball high and away. Underhill very patient at the plate. The only time we didn't see that today was in the third. He swung at the first pitch he saw and sent a fly out to center field. Much more relaxed this time around. 2 balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Popped foul to the left side. Infield playing straight up. The only one out of position is the shortstop Mitchell, who's standing close to second base. A loose check on Kai McGarry. It is leaving a gaping hole between second and third base if Underhill could poke it opposite field. 2 balls and 2 strikes on the shortstop. Long wait, here's the pitch. Fastball swung on and missed, ended up in the dirt. And Underhill walks back to the dugout with his first strikeout of the day. Oh, hit by pitch to Kai McGarry. He's stranded at second base. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 runner stranded. It's still 1-0 as we go to the 8th here at Mulcahy Stadium. Don't go anywhere. This is Anchorage Bucs baseball. To the top of inning number 8 here at Mulcahy Stadium. Low-scoring affair here in Anchorage. A 1-0 lead for the Bucs over the Chinooks. Another call to the pen as Colin Linder
comes in for relief of the Bucs. Third appearance of the year for the right-hander out of Arizona State University. Has a perfect 0 ERA through 2 1/3 innings pitched. Has struggled with control a little bit, but when that fastball is on, it is just so perfect.
Yeah, and it has a lot of zip. It has heat. Gets right by a hitter, so if he's commanding that well, it's a good sign for Colin.
Linder did not play this past spring in Tempe, so because of that, they're slowly working his pitch count up. Went 1 1/3 his last outing. First pitch on its way. Breaking ball called for a strike on the inner third to Casey Anchors, the catcher hitting for the third time today. He flew out in the third and struck out in inning number 5. Here's the 0-1. Another breaking pitch, this time left inside, and it's a 1-1. It's that slow-moving slider that Colin Linder has. He's had mixed success this season. Here's the 1-1. Fastball battled back. Linder went 2 years at Northwest Florida State College, a very good JUCO that plays in one of the more competitive conferences in the nation. He turns and fires the 1-2. Fastball fouled back. Still 1-2 the count. Was excellent over in the Sunshine State, and because of that was able to reach back to the Division I level to play at ASU. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Linder with the glove at his face as he looks for the sign from Taylor. Now turns and fires. Swung on and missed off speed. Gets Anchors swinging, and there's one away here. A perfect first batter here for Colin Linder.
Yeah, really nasty stuff. The breaking ball looks good today. You could tell it has the tight spin outside to righty hitters. It's tough to pick up.
Well, we were talking about how good his fastball is. He threw majority breaking balls on that at bat, a couple early sliders, and then looked like a slurve to get Anchors out. Orion Medeiros, first pitch, fastball swung on and missed. That's the zip we were talking about. Easily into the lower 90s from Linder. He's able to get it quickly from the mound home. Here's the 0-1. Another fastball and a swing and a miss. Medeiros chases the pitch high, and it's 0-2. Linder working quickly here in inning number 8. Bucs leading 1-0, a low-scoring game here in Anchorage. Linder looks in, turns, and fires. Fastball swung on and missed outside, and there's 2 away here off of 2 strikeouts from Colin Linder.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good night there. My goodness, 3 straight fastballs right on by.
Well, Medeiros watched the first one and then thought he had a chance at number 2 and number 3, but Linder just way too fast for him as Isaiah Perito, the leadoff man, comes to the plate. First pitch to the lefty. Fastball hits the outer third, 0-1 the count. You see Linder before that pitch was bouncing his head back and forth, deciding if he wanted the pitch from Taylor. Another long wait, and here it comes. Breaking ball off the inside of the bat, soared towards left field, chasing out of play, and it goes into the seats. So we'll keep it at an 0-2 count. One thing we learned interesting about Luke Taylor, most of the catchers are calling their own games, but Taylor actually has the pitches relayed from the dugout.
Not all the time.
Not all the
certain
time, but in parts of the games. The young catcher out of Long Beach State. Here's the 0-2. Fastball left high and wide. 1-2 the count.
Like right now, Luke Taylor's calling this game.
Long wait from Linder. He looks inside. Perito waving his beige bat in the air. Turn and the 1-2. Breaking ball just misses outside. Linder tried to squeak the sinker towards the outside corner and just misses by an inch or two. Colin Mosier at home for the first Bucs game this season. Here's the 2-2. Fastball check swing darted towards the Bucs dugout. So, keeps the count even at 2 apiece. Linder with a pair of strikeouts to start off his outing. Got Casey Anchors and Orion Medeiros swinging. 1-0 Bucs lead, inning number 8. Here's the 2-2. Breaking ball hit back on a bounce to Linder. He grabs it, throws to first in time, and that's a perfect first inning of work for Colin Linder. The Chinooks go down 1-2-3 and trail 1-0. We play to the bottom of the 8th. Don't go anywhere. This is Anchorage Bucs baseball. To the bottom of the 8th here at Mulcahy Stadium, 1-0, the Bucs lead. And Anchorage tries for some insurance here in the last of the 8th. Joey Narrett starts things off, the cleanup man tonight for the Bucs. One of the first times this season Narrett's hitting in the 4 spot. Sam Lebrecq still in the game for the Chinooks. The right-hander turns and fires. Bounce softly towards short, backhanded by Mitchell. He throws to first in time. A high throw, but nice catch by Perito, and there's one away on the first pitch of the inning by Sam Lebrecq.
That's impressive from Jake Mitchell because Narrett was really running down the line fast. I thought there was a chance he was going to be safe, but just couldn't beat it out. Bang, bang.
So, Lebrecq keeps the line moving here. Came in inning number 6. Hasn't given up a hit, and has only given up 2 base runners. A walk in inning number 6 and a hit by pitch in inning number 7. Luke Taylor at the plate, donning his bright yellow batting gloves. First pitch breaking ball in there for a strike, 0-1 the count. Taylor, on a day of not a lot of offense, has a pretty solid offensive day. 2 for 3, a pair of singles, and the lone RBI in the first. Here's the 0-1. Fastball battled high in the air, foul to the right side. We were talking about it in the break. Even Taylor's hit for the RBI wasn't anything flashy.
No.
It was just one bounce into left field, found the gap between shortstop and third, but has not been a day of loud contact. The only extra base hit was a Ryan Medeiros a couple innings back. Here's the 0-2. Fastball goes low. Taylor doing the catching duties tonight. Started off the season solely as a designated hitter, but as his arm has become more comfortable, he's got him into the catching rotation. Here's the 1-2. Fastball lined up the middle, down for a base hit. Luke Taylor easily jogs to first base, and there's a man aboard with 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th. Taylor took the pitch low in the zone and sent it slicing towards center field. Bounced once on the edge of the turf and no chance for anyone to get there. So, Taylor has a 3-hit day, and the Bucs are in business here in the bottom of the 8th. Logan Ewell comes to the plate. The left-handed right fielder. Righty-lefty matchup. First pitch. Heater misses low and outside. Taylor, not much of a steal threat this season for the Bucs, but he's going to do his due diligence and take a few strides off the bag. Isaiah Perito checking him at first base. Here's the 1-0. Fastball check swing, doesn't matter. Finds the bottom outside corner, and it's a 1-1 count.
Something I noticed, Logan Ewell going with no batting gloves right
Yeah.
now. He normally has his dark blue ones.
Yeah, they've
This time
become one of the
took 'em off.
signature ones.
Yeah, they're gone. Still in the dugout.
Trying to switch it up. Here's the 1-1. Fouled back. Line drive hit off the press box here at Mulcahy Stadium. Situated about 25 feet or so above the field level, so not hard to get a foul ball our direction. 1 ball and 2 strikes on the right fielder. Lebrecq looks at his feet and fires. Fastball outside, evens out the count at 2 apiece. Well, it probably isn't superstition Ewell trying to switch things up. He walked back in the 6th, so he has a reach today, but decides to make the change. We'll ask him about it later. Get you the report for tomorrow. Here's the 2-2. Fastball gulfed up the middle, and it's down. Back-to-back singles for the Bucs. Luke Taylor into second base, and just like that, there's 2 runners on with just 1 out. Logan Ewell took the fastball and sent it just above the turf down the middle, and it was a very similar hit to Luke Taylor from the other batter's box, and now there's runners at first and second base for Reese Sherman. Excellent piece of hitting from Ewell. Bucs trying for some insurance, up 1-0. First pitch. Sherman pops it high in the air off the inside of the bat. Shallow right field. First baseman Perito gets under it and makes the grab for out number 2. So that breaks up some quick momentum for the Bucs. That one just jammed inside. Sherman forced the swing, and an easy play. It could have been the second baseman, first baseman, or right fielder, but it's Perito over at first who makes the grab. So, Nate Muncy has to keep the inning going.
One last chance on his birthday.
First baseman 0 for 3 today. First pitch. Fastball taken all the way for a strike. It's been a weird inning for the Bucs. Started off with a ground out routine by Joey Narrett, then back-to-back singles. almost doubled the Bucs' hit count on the day. Here's the 0-1. Hit in the air towards left field. Groves a couple feet back and makes the catch for out number 3, excuse me. So, Bucs get a pair of singles in the bottom of the 8th, but strand them both. No runs off of 2 hits, no errors, 2 runners left. It's 1-0. Bucs need 3 to win it in the top of the 9th. Don't go anywhere. This is Anchorage Bucs baseball. To the top of inning number 9 here at Mulcahy Stadium. It's a 1-run ball game. Bucs leading the Chinooks 1-0 here in Anchorage, Alaska. Colin Linder in for his 2nd inning of work. Will try for the save here on this Wednesday evening in Anchorage. Overcast skies, a shallow crowd on hand as the Bucs try to close out a nail-biting victory. It'll be the 2, 3, and 4 hitters, Aiden Tauscher, to lead things off. Linder quickly looks in and fires. Bunt shown down the third base line, and Toki will let it go foul. A nice push bunt there by Aiden Tauscher that almost just was able to stay fair, but nice job by the third baseman to keep his eyes off of it, or keep his hands off of it, and avoid throwing to first. So, it's a 0-1 count on Tauscher.
Yeah, well, you got to remember, he's normally a leadoff guy, so he's used to being in situations like this to start off an inning.
Represents the tying run here at Mulcahy Stadium. Holds his bat high above his helmet. The 0-1. Shows bunt again, pops it straight up and back. That one soars all the way over the press box here at Mulcahy, and it's an 0-2 count. So, first bunt attempt goes a lot better for Tauscher than the second, and now he'll be swings away with an 0-2 count. Linder turns quickly and throws. Fastball misses high and outside. 1-2 the count. Linder worked a very clean inning number 8, a pair of strikeouts, and then a bouncer back to the pitcher's mound. Here's the 1-2. Breaking pitch left outside. Tauscher 0 for 3 today, a ground out in the 1st and 4th, and then a pop out to first in inning number 6. Linder would love to keep that streak going. Here's the 2-2. Fastball swung on, and just a piece of it there by Tauscher. He was able to battle it off by millimeters at home plate. Keep it at an 0-2 count. Linder very close to his 3rd strikeout of the day there. Instead, he returns to the pitching rubber with a 2-2 count. Here comes the pitch. Fastball swung on and missed. High and outside, but Tauscher chases it. And there's one away here in the top of the 9th. K number 3 for Colin Linder. All the Bucs pitchers have been excellent with strikeouts today. It began with R.J. Ruiz, 11 Ks. John Witt had 1, and now 3 for Colin Linder. The right-hander looks in quickly. Tate Green at the plate. Waits for the sign from Taylor. And here it comes. Breaking pitch, poked towards right field. Ewell chases towards the line and makes the grab on the run for out number 2. So just 6 pitches from Colin Linder to get 2 outs, and now he's 1 out away from a 2-inning save and a Bucs win here on Wednesday night. Pinch hitter, it's going to be Nick Hockemeyer to try to keep this game going for the Chinooks. First pitch to the lefty. Fastball left outside. 1-0 the count. Hockemeyer in the transfer portal. Just wrapped up his redshirt sophomore year at Purdue University, Fort Wayne. 1 ball and no strikes. Long wait. Linder turns and fires. Fastball just a little bit high. Hockemeyer stands at just 5'8", 150, so he has a little bit of a smaller zone than the batters that Linder has been facing here. The 2-0, fastball low, and all of a sudden it's a 3-0 count on the pinch hitter. Linder always takes the glove right in front of his face and then maneuvers quickly. Here's the pitch. Fastball clips the outside edge, 3-1 the count. Linder has faced 5 batters so far and retired them all. Wants to keep that streak going. 3 balls, 1 strike. Nick Hockemeyer at the plate. The pitch. Fastball taken all the way for a strike. Linder finds the inside bottom corner, and it's a full count to Nick Hockemeyer. Bucs need 1 strike to win it. Linder sets at his face. Here's the 3-2. Fastball battled foul to the left side. Hockemeyer chased the high heater and just sends it soaring out of play here. And will do the payoff pitch once again. Bucs trying to get back in the win column. Linder looks in. Here's the payoff. Again, fouled off to the left side. Couple of fastballs here from Linder, but Hockemeyer has timed his swing out well. Swings his bat around in the lefty's batter's box. And here's the 3rd payoff pitch. Fastball off the bat of Green. It's escaping, and he runs to first base. So they say he swung at it. It'll be a strikeout, but Hockemeyer gets to first on the wild pitch. Hockemeyer had no idea what the call was. He was looking back at home plate umpire Casey Mosier, but Hockemeyer gets to first. So, a 4th strikeout today for Linder. However, he still gets to first base. And now it's up to Patrick McGlon to keep the game going. 3rd baseman stands tall in the righty's batter's box. Linder looks in. First pitch. Misses outside. Linder working from the stretch now with a runner at first base. Hockemeyer represents the game's tying run here in the top of the 9th. 1-0 Bucs lead. Just 2 hits on the day for Chugiak. The 1-0. Popped in the air, foul territory, right side. Nate Muncy runs towards the fence, and it just escapes out of play. A fan runs after a souvenir at the cement here at Mulcahy Stadium, and it brings the count to 1 ball and 1 strike on McGlon. A single in the 5th inning, a walk in the 2nd. He grounded out in the 7th inning. 1 ball and 1 strike. Here's the next pitch. Breaking ball inside for a strike. Linder squeaks the slider in, and he's once again ahead in the count, 1-2. Linder needs just 1 strikeout to end the game. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Patrick McGlon. The pitch, fouled off to the right side. Hockemeyer was off and running, but the pinch hitter will have to retreat back to first base. Reached a batter ago on a strikeout, but got all the way to first as the ball went to the backstop. So, 1 ball, 2 strikes, still the count on McGlon, the University of Alabama Birmingham product. Linder looks in. Shakes off a couple signs, now fires. Pitch high and inside. Tried the heat, but it ended up in front of the eyes of McGlon.
And it brings the count even. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away here in the top of inning number 9. Bucs leading 1-0. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball inside. Linder tried the off speed, couldn't find success with it, and now it's another 3-2. Back-to-back batters. Was able to strike out Hakamari, but he reached on the wild pitch. Here's the payoff. Runner takes. Fastball swung on and missed. Strike 3. And the game is over. Bucs win a pitching battle 1-0. Linder tosses his glove, daps up Luke Taylor, and the Bucs are back in the win column. A much-needed victory here on a Wednesday night in Anchorage. 1-0 your final. The Bucs over the Chinooks here tonight.
Just a really, really good pitcher's duel. Good old-fashioned pitcher's duel at Mulcahy Stadium. It started out with R.J. Rouet, the man of the hour. 11 strikeouts. He went very, very solid. 6 innings. I mean, he was just unstoppable out there. It felt like no one was going to hit him. Just 1 hit allowed, given up by R.J. Rouet. And just, my goodness, he was dominant.
Count them up, not 1, not 2, but 17 combined strikeouts tonight from the Bucs pitching staff. 11 of them out of R.J. Rouet, the starter. John Witt got 1 of them in inning number 7. And Colin Linder, 2 innings of work. He had 5. He would have surpassed R.J. Rouet's numbers if he kept going. A very impressive outing out of the ASU Sun Devil.
Yeah, and, you know, he came in for 2 innings of work, so that's not normally what you see out of closers who come on in to seal the deal. But, man, Linder looked not gassed at all when he went out for a second, and he looked really up for the challenge, and he got the job done. So it's good to see the Bucs win a pitcher's duel after showing that the offense can come to play in the last couple of games. They're back at it. The pitchers looked really good. You'd love to see the offense do a little bit more, but overall still just a great game for the Bucs.
Finding ways to win, and that's what the Bucs did tonight. Linder picks up his first save of the season. R.J. Rouet gets win number 3. He's now back above 500, 3-2 on the year. And Christian Fultz, boy, he gets a tough luck loss and drops to 2-2 after giving up 1 run in 5 excellent innings of starting baseball. We'll be back with your full totals in just a moment. 1-0. The Bucs defeat the Chinooks here at Mulcahy Stadium. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Back here at Mulcahy Stadium, the Bucs back in the win column with a nail-biting 1-0 victory over the Chinooks. The only run came back in the bottom of the first inning, an RBI single from Luke Taylor, but Milo, the Bucs get it done.
Yeah, and a big thanks to the starter, R.J. Rouet. He said that run came back in the first inning. Some people thought it was going to be a nice offensive day for the Bucs, but they went silent throughout almost the majority of this game. R.J. Rouet, my goodness, though. The player of the game for sure. 11 strikeouts, just looked absolutely dominant on the hill.
We'll get to the Southpaw's full line in just a second, but first let's break down the offensive output for the Bucs and Chinooks tonight. It was Luke Taylor who actually had a really good offensive day. Ended up going 3 for 4. No huge hits, but
obviously had that RBI single and ends the day with 3 singles, an RBI to get the top offensive output here today. The other hits for the Bucs, 1 for 3 for Landon Underhill, of runs scored as well as 1 hit off the bat of Logan Ewell. Just a 5-hit day, but the Bucs made do with it. For the Chinooks, they had even quieter offensive night. Only 2 hits on the evening, 1 off the bat of Patrick McGlon. He reached on the walk as well, and Ryan Medeiros scorched the double down the left field line, but they were unable to punch him in back in inning number 6. Only 1 extra base hit today, and it went off the bat of Medeiros. Landon Underhill had the lone stolen base of the day for the Bucs early on in this one. To the pitching totals, and it was all Bucs here tonight. RJ Rue takes the win, 3-2 on the year now. He went 6 innings of 2 hit, no run ball. All those numbers are impressive. The 1 walk is impressive, but what was best today, 11 strikeouts on 92 pitches for the southpaw. Nothing could stop him.
Oh my goodness. And he went to the fastball a whole bunch, but also he went to the 12-6 curve. He went to the off-speed stuff. It was just all working for RJ Rue. There's a reason he's a pitcher at the D1 level, not even just the D1 level, a high-end D1 team in the Baylor Bears. So really nice stuff from RJ Rue.
There's been nights he's had the fastball. There's been nights he's had the curveball. There's been nights he's had the changeup. Tonight, it was all 3 of them. John Witt came in for 1 inning of relief, gave up no hits, 1 walk, and was able to get out of the inning scoreless in inning number 7. And then Colin Linder, the Arizona State Sun Devil, with a 2-inning save, no hits, no runs, no walks, and 5 Ks for the high heat throwing right-hander. On the Chinooks side of things, Christian Fultz, boy, did he have a tough luck loss. 2-2 now the record on the year for the southpaw out of Messiah University. Went 5 innings of 3 hit, 1 run ball, gave up 4 walks and 4 strikeouts. Usually those numbers are going to win you a ball game. Just did not fall Fultz's way here tonight.
Yeah, perhaps the walk's a bit too high. 4 strikeouts and 4 walks. You don't usually like to see those numbers at the same level unless it's real down low. But listen, Christian Fultz is one of the best starting pitchers in the entire league. So if he's going to continue going out there and giving his team a chance like this, then the Chinooks are just going to be really, really, impressive going forward, especially when he has the start, because Christian Fultz is a dealer, and we've seen it now 3 times against the Bucs.
Sam Lebrecq relieved Fultz, went 3 innings of 2 hit ball, gave up no runs, 1 walk, and 1 strikeout. Really good pitching on both sides here today. There's not much to critique, maybe the walks, but overall, it was just a fun night for pitching here at Mulcahy Stadium.
Yeah, good old-fashioned pitcher's duel. These teams have had a couple pitcher's duels so far this season, so the Bucs, of course, want to get the offense rolling again, but a win is a win. You'll take it every day of the week.
It's the Bucs who come out on top. 1 run off of 5 hits. The Chinooks, no runs off of 2 hits, and a perfect day in the field for both squads. No errors for both Chugiak and Anchorage. Both these teams back in action tomorrow night on the road. It's the Chinooks who travel to the Pilots here at Mulcahy Stadium for a 6 p.m. first pitch, and the Bucs hit the road for the first time in a while. They are off to the Miners to play in Palmer. That is a 6 p.m. first pitch. We'll be on the air at 5:45 with our coverage out in Palmer. But that just about wraps up our coverage here tonight. A fun matchup between the Chinooks and the Bucs come out on top. Your final score from Mulcahy Stadium, it's the Anchorage Bucs 1, the Chugiak-Eagle River Chinooks 0. For Milo Hoffman, my name's Alex Burstein, saying so long and good night.